Okay, so I think we're live. Hold on a second here. Let me get rid of that. Let's see here. I know I'm late. It's 125, 6, 7. We're 7 days into June already, 2026. Sorry I'm late. I was watching a hockey game. What a game that was. It was let's see here. It was 4-0 after the second period. And the Panthers came back. They scored, was it 4 goals in like 2 minutes? And they lost in double overtime. Anyways, let's see here. We got Farqu's in here right there. Good to see Farq. Paula's in here right there. Good to see Paula. We got the amazing Heather is in here. Good to see Heather. Hope you're well. Let's see. We got Dewey Ox is in here. Good to see Dewey Ox. Let's see here. We got Southern Gals in here. Good to see Southern Gal. Hope Southern Gal's doing well. Haven't seen Southern Gal in a while, but I know she's probably been busy. There's a lot going on besides true crime, but it's good. Always good to see Southern Gal in here. Southern Gal's freaking amazing. Hope she's doing well. Let's see here. Just Jaylene's in here. There's Just Jaylene. Good to see you. Let's see here. We got Critter Owl's in here. Critter Mama. There's like Critter Owl. What's wrong with me? There's Critter Mama. Good to see Critter Mama. We got no, I didn't forget about everybody. Every time I decide to go live, the stupid dog wants to go out. So I had to let the dog out. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see. Mino Dino's in here right there. Good to see Mino Dino. All right, so we got a lot to go over tonight. I got a alert on my feed. I was going to go out to Lee, New Hampshire tonight, but that would have taken me forever. That's out by the coast, so we'll go over that really quick. And I would have never made it back in time. It would have taken me at least 2 hours to go out there. But let me play my intro, and I should be back. Yes, it's good to see you, Southern Gal. I've been worried about you. All right, so let me play my intro, and I'll be right back. Good to see you guys. Hope everybody's well. All right. Okay, so we got the wonderful Mustang in here. Mustang's posting everybody's channel in here. That's awesome. Southern Gal's right there. Southern Gal is an amazing human being. She does great work. It's good to have her back. Barb, come forth. Yeah, we need to see Barb. I haven't seen Barb around for a while. Hope she's doing well. We got, but that's Heather's channel right there. Paula's channel right there. Paula's amazing too. There's Brian right there. Brian's awesome too. Brian has a great channel. Feel free to throw your channels in here. Like I said, say millions of times. Alita Joe's in here too. There's Carol right there. And there's Nicole Watt right there. Good to see Nicole. Like I said, I have no problem promoting all these great channels, great creators that are here. It helps. I haven't seen Josh around either. So anyways, let's get going. I do want to start. What are we going to start with? Let's start here because this is what, and then I want to hold on one second here. what are we doing? We are doing this here. Uh, my computer better not mess with me tonight. Let's do this here. Hold on a second, because this is what I was going to do earlier tonight. Hold on a second here. We do have storms around us here, so I'm not uh, sure how this is going to go here, but let's hold on a second here. Let me hide my face. There we go. All right, so here we go. So this happened a little earlier tonight, and this was all the way over in Lee, New Hampshire, which is out kind of by the coast. But this was done a couple hours ago. A suspect was taken into custody in Portsmouth after police activity prompted a shelter-in-place order at the Lee campground, and I know exactly where that is because I've been drunk out there before. Years ago, we used to go out to Lee Speedway and race cars. That was a long time ago. But anyways, let's play this here because they've kind of got this under control here. Let's see here. This, like I said, this was done. Hold on, let me shut this ticker off because I think this ticker kind of does some funky stuff too. All right, so let's play this here. And let's do this.
.30. I'm Caitlin Corbett. Thank you for joining us at 10:30. I'm Caitlin Corbett. We want to get you right to that breaking news in Lee tonight, where a shelter in place has been ordered. Our Kendra Brodus is live in Lee with the latest. And Kendra, what do we know right now?
Well, Caitlin, we just learned from the Lee police chief that the person they were looking for in Lee tonight was taken into custody in Portsmouth. There was a big police presence near the Wadley Falls campground. Now, the chief is telling us the suspect they were looking for, Daniel Ouellette, was found in Portsmouth. As soon as we got close to the campground, this alert came across our phones telling people to shelter in place. It says people in or near the campground should lock their doors and stay away from their windows indoors. As we drove by, we saw dozens of police cars in the area of the campground and were told by officers to keep it moving. We are still working to learn more from police about this incident and will continue to update you on air and online as we do. For now, live in Lee, Kendra Brodus, WNUR News 9.
Okay, so that's kind of weird. Let's play this too. This was done about 52 minutes ago, so we'll play this here. Why would they ask people to stay away from doors and windows if this is a campground?
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Caitlin Corbett. We want to get you right to that breaking news in Lee tonight, where a shelter-in-place order has been lifted after a big police presence there. Our Kendra Brodus is live in Lee with the latest. And Kendra, what's going on right now?
Hoosiers here? Is Hoosier cold case here? Let's see here. I don't think that Hoosier's here. If Hoosier is here, good to see Hoosier. All right, here we go.
Well, Caitlin, we now know that the person police in Lee were looking for was taken into custody in Portsmouth. That's according to the Lee police chief, who said that suspect's name is Daniel Ouellette. Police were looking for Ouellette near the Wadley Falls campground, where there was a shelter-in-place order telling people in or near the campground to lock their doors and stay away from their windows indoors. Police have since cleared the area, but earlier, there were dozens of police cruisers. Again, we now know the person they were looking for was found in Portsmouth. And tonight, we are still working to learn more information on this situation, and we'll continue to update you on air and online. For now, live in Lee, Kendra Brodus.
My tent, Dino's tent is super safe. That's too funny. All right, so let's find out what this is. Hold on 1 second here. Let me hold on 1 second here. Let me get this. All right, so this is where Lee, New Hampshire is. It's I don't know. Remember that night I was over here in Nottingham, New Hampshire? It's due east from there. So you travel a little bit more here. You're in, coast here. But that the campground is somewhere in here somewhere. But anyways, that's where it was. And I'm hold on a second. Let me back out of this here. And then I'm way over in here. So that would have taken me because New Hampshire doesn't believe in an east to west highway. So I'm way over in here. Would have taken me forever to get here and then get back. So I decided not to do that. It would have been better for me to go down. We go to the beach here. We always go down here and head the 93 and then 101 over here. But it would have taken me forever. Anyways, so let's get out of that there. Let me go back into the chat, see what's going on in here. Cindy Lean's in here. Good to see Cindy Lean. I hope I'm saying that right. I've been saying that like that for, I don't know, at least a year. It feels like I live in a campground. That's close to where I live in Durham, New Hampshire. Yeah, you're right by that. Let's see here. All right, so let's move along here. We got rid of that there. I do want to cover a case that Peggy O wanted me to cover a case, but let's hold on a second. Let me let's go right into this here. We might as well do this first because we talked about this a little last week, and I know it's getting kind of boring here, but this is, we'll go to, hold on here, the Judge Stein case again. Hold on a second here. Let me, let's see here. Let's do this here. All right. So this came out a couple days ago too. Former Sheriff Sean Steins appeared in court Friday as attorneys argued several motions, including whether or not he should be granted bond while waiting. So he's looking to get out on bond here. Steins is accused of fatally shooting. We know this case, Kevin Mullins, inside the judge's chamber in September 2024. Geez, I cannot believe that was that long ago. Stein's aunt testified that in the days leading up to the shooting, her nephew appeared paranoid, couldn't sleep, and repeatedly expressed fears that someone, see, this is what I heard too, that somebody was trying to hurt his wife and child. So this case doesn't get any weirder, right? Like this is kind of bizarre here. But anyways, this is his court appearance here. And look at how, I mean, some courts are really elaborate, but this one is not.
This time,
And Judge, it's okay, I'd like to stay at council table. I think that there's an issue with the podium that,
that'd be fine.
that goes up and down.
All right. Then you can stay on the podium. All right. If you will raise your right hand and be sworn. Do you swear from the testimony you give be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, ma'am, if you would state and spell your name for the record.
Sherry Steins. SHERRISTINES.
All right. Ms. Bartley, may I ask?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Steins,
Sorry, Cindy, I didn't mean to wake you up. I do really good at putting people to sleep. Stay here long enough and you'll just fall right back to sleep, I'm pretty sure. Let's see here. All right, let's do this here.
again, Sherry, just tell us where you're from, where you live.
I'm from Neon, Kentucky.
Okay, is that in Letcher County?
Yes,
All right. Do you know Sean Mickey Steins?
yes.
What do you call him?
I call him Bubby.
Bubby? Okay.
Yes, he's biologically my nephew, but my mother and father raised him.
Well, that was my next question. What's your relationship to him? So
Yes,
you're his aunt, is
Yes.
that correct?
yes.
All right. Now, how close of a relationship do you have with Mickey now?
Very close.
And has it always been close?
Yes.
How much older than Mickey are you?
I'm 62. He's getting ready to be 45.
Did you ever live with Mickey?
Yes.
And is it okay with you if I call him Mickey? I know you call him Bubby.
Yeah, I
but
call
don't
him
think we're that
Mickey,
close
yeah.
yet, so he may not like that. I want to ask you about the date September 18th of 2024. Do you recall the events of that day?
Yes, it's the day he stayed all night with me.
Okay. And you said that's the day he stayed all night with you. So you
Mhm.
saw Mickey that day. Is that
Yes.
right? Okay. And about what time that day did you see Mickey?
It was late in the day when he came by the house. It wasn't dark, but it was later in the day.
Okay. And when
Yes, he did.
was it common for Mickey to spend the night with you?
No.
Why was he going to stay the night with you that night?
I think it was going to be just to let his wife and daughter rest. For he had been such a nervous wreck and wasn't sleeping.
Okay.
You know.
So you said he was going to let his wife and daughter rest. Now tell me, why couldn't they rest?
Because he couldn't sleep and he was walking the floors, and I guess he was aggravating them.
Okay. Now, did you talk to his wife or his daughter about that at all?
No, not that night. He was at the house, so I didn't. I tried not to get in that.
When he came to your house, had he called?
Thank you, Cindy. I really appreciate that. Dewey Ox is here. There's Dewey Ox right there. Good to see Dewey Ox. I think I said that already. See here. I had steak, corn on the cob, and green beans. Oh, that sounds really good. I was going to do a live tonight outside because it's finally warm here. But it's we're kind of in and out of storms here, and I didn't want to have to rush back inside if it started raining. So, but it is warm enough finally here to be outside, but it's of course raining. It's going to rain probably. So here we go.
Called you before and said, I'm coming over?
I can't remember if he called and said he was coming or not, but he knew he could come anytime he wanted. It's like his second home.
Okay, so you said he came by later that evening.
Yeah.
And when he came by, did he bring anything with him?
He brought a bag, and in it he had those little tuna creations, and it turned out it was like melatonin gummies and some over-the-counter Benadryl.
And did he have anything to say about why he had Benadryl or melatonin gummies?
Well, he hadn't been sleeping.
Benadryl. Hold on a second here. Benadryl. I see what they're trying to do here. Benadryl and melatonin. Can you take that together? Is that possible? Melatonin. Hold on a second here. Can you take melatonin with Benadryl? Give me 2 seconds here. Let me look this up. Taking Benadryl and melatonin together is generally not recommended unless specifically advised by a doctor. While they work in different ways, melatonin regulates the sleep cycle, and Benadryl it's an antihistamine with sedating side effects. Mixing them significantly increases the risk of excessive drowsiness. Well, that's what we want. I'm just kind of reading this from AI. Sorry. Combining these two sleep aids can lead to extreme drowsiness, dizziness, confusion, and poor motor coordination. He didn't have any of that. He knew exactly what he was doing.
And it's like he hadn't slept in 7 days and nights. And he had went to the doctor, and they had told him to take the Benadryl and the melatonin
What?
to help him rest.
When?
I'm assuming it was that day or the day before. It was very close.
So he had gone pretty close in time to when he came.
Yeah.
You don't know for sure the day.
Yeah. No.
Okay. And the doctor recommended to him.
I just want to say, you guys are all awesome. I truly like tonight. I couldn't wait to get on here to see you guys. But obviously, if I put 1:20 like the start time, I probably won't be here till 1:25. So I'll try to do a better job of getting here on time. But you guys are all amazing. to come here every weekend to listen to me for 3 hours is amazing. You guys are all incredible.
To take melatonin and Benadryl to
Right.
try to get some sleep.
Over the counter.
Okay. And when he got to your house, what did y'all do first?
What doctor would prescribe that? Wouldn't a doctor prescribe something a little bit different than that? That's weird. I don't think I've ever heard of a doctor actually prescribing Benadryl and melatonin to get. To me, that's weird. I don't know if that's a good thing. Usually they give you Ambien or something similar, I would think, but that's a weird prescription.
And we just basically sit around, watch TV. I went in and I fixed us a little bit of supper. We ate. He didn't eat a lot.
What'd you make?
Pork chops, like green beans, potatoes.
I will literally be late for my own funeral. There's no doubt. For some reason, when it comes to social media, yeah, I'm never on time. Never fry bacon naked. Trust me. That's too funny. If a cop eats bacon, are they cannibals? That's too funny. You guys are too funny. All right, here we go.
I'm going to object this time. I don't understand the relevance as to what we're here for and following in regards to that question.
I'm going to overrule the objection that that's council.
Yes, Your Honor. So Mickey got to your house, you ate some dinner, and then what did you do? What happened?
Just sit around for a minute. He was real fidgety, walking from one door to the next. It kept getting later, and I take oxygen at night. So I sat in my recliner at night and take my oxygen. So I give him a bed in my house. I have an extra bedroom. Told him to go lay down.
If they allow this stuff here in this trial, this is going to be a 5-month trial. I understand why he objected to this. Why does that matter? But he let it go. So there you go. This is gonna be a really strange case here because I think that politics is going to play a lot into this. So obviously, this guy here, some people look at this guy as a hero here. So we'll see.
He goes in, he lays down for a few minutes, and then before I know it, he's right back in the living room with me, and he's carrying a pillow. And I said, "Baby, can't you sleep?" And, no, I just can't. And he would take like melatonin and Benadryl, sit there, keep his phone in his hand. And he was watching his security cameras, watching around his house.
So he's watching the security cameras at his house?
Around his house, yeah.
At his house, okay. And you said, let me go back to the melatonin and Benadryl. So he's taking melatonin and Benadryl. Did you take that at the same time?
Yes.
Do you know what kind of Benadryl or melatonin it was? How many milligrams, anything like that?
I don't know, but I've still got them at home in the bag he had them in.
Okay. So about how many, if you had to guess, or if you know, don't guess, if you know, how many melatonin, how many Benadryl did Mickey take that night?
I'd say about 3 to 4 Benadryl and about the same with the melatonin gummies.
And did those seem to have any effect on him at all?
No.
And so did he sleep?
No.
You said he was on his phone looking at the security cameras,
Mhm.
and he was looking at the area around his house.
Yes.
Did he have concerns about what was going on around his house?
Oh yeah, he was paranoid. He thought somebody was going to be around his house and, like, I guess do something, bother something.
What was he concerned about in terms of someone being at his house?
He was worried about Lila and Caroline. Slapping.
I think it's possible that this guy here had some sort of I know this firsthand experience because I've taken that stuff too in the past, NyQuil and eventually that stuff catches up to you where you just especially if you drink a lot of coffee, you get really, really, I've had that happen, get paranoid. Like you just it's an OCD type thing, I think, because that's what they said I had. I'd taken too many of those, kinds of medications together, and eventually this does make a little bit of sense. If he was taking, 3 Benadryl, and I mean that's you're only supposed. I think you're only supposed to take. Is it 10 milligrams or is it 20? I forget now. I'd have to go upstairs to get the melatonin, but I think you're only supposed to take. Like I take 2 melatonin gummies at night, and then I take my Zoloft. But they tell you not to take more than that. So he might have been experiencing something like that, where he was just OCD to the max here. It's possible.
Daughter.
He's worried about his wife and daughter.
Yeah.
Did you say anything at all? Did you get any indication of why he would be worried about his wife and daughter?
No, but I knew he was under a lot of pressure, a lot of stress.
Did he mention that there had been any specific threats to him?
Nothing specific, but I just, you could tell the way he acted, it was bad. He was horrified. He was scared to death.
He was scared to death.
Yeah.
You don't know what he was scared to death of?
No, but, I had my theories, but
So let's not talk about theories.
that's my theories, but that's not what it was, that I know.
Okay, so you said you were up all night with him.
Yes.
And at any point, did he go anywhere?
No, but he did try to get me the
It is 10. Okay, thank you. It's Jenny. Jenny 875-309 isn't here. I know because they come in. I used to take the liquid stuff, and then I took the gummies. Just work better for me because they taste better. A couple of old Milwaukee's make bedtime right here. I remember the old Milwaukee days, bro. Slits. Remember Slits? That was good stuff too. And Narragansett, you just open a beer and you'd have Riddle underneath the cap. It's good to see Jenny 8675309 is in here. I think I sent my wife to see Rascal Flatts. I'm not sure. But thank you for that, Jenny. I knew it was either 5 or 10. And I know some of these stuff, Black Label too. That's another one. Some of these stuff really mess with your stomach too, so you got to be careful with that. But he might have been going through something like that for sure.
The daughter I'm right. My mother adopted a child, and at the time she'd been at the doctor's office, had a headache, passed out, done MRI, she was in the bed. Well, Mickey at one point tried to get me to ride up by his house just to check around his house and make sure it was all right, and he wanted me to leave her in the bed. Anybody that knows Mickey would have never suggested she leave a junior in high school in the bed by itself and it dark outside to go check around somebody's house.
He wanted you to go with him to check on his house.
Yes, his home.
Had there been something that made him want to go out there?
There was a guy walking down the back street behind his house and you could see his legs. And he was just walking down the alleyway, but it was enough to freak him out.
What did he think was going to happen, if you know?
Yeah, if you get murdered in Indiana, drag your ass to Illinois or something like that because they're not good. They're not good at all there.
Just my opinion, I think he thought they was going to circle around by his house.
And do what?
I don't know.
He said he was concerned about Caroline and Lila.
Mm-hmm.
And what was it about Caroline and Lila? Did he mention anything specific to them, what he was afraid of?
He was just afraid somebody was going to hurt him.
I heard him.
Yeah.
Now, you've known Mickey for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
His whole life?
Yeah, he brought him home from the hospital.
You familiar with his normal behavior?
Yeah.
What's Mickey like normally?
He's a jokester. He likes to laugh, play. He helps people a lot. He's a good guy. hyperactive. He goes out and does stuff without you having to beg him to do it.
It's possible that he was going through some sort of a midlife crisis too. I know that those things play heavy into. I don't know what age he was. I could probably find out, but I don't know. They're going to really try to get him off on this. I'd be surprised if he gets more than manslaughter, to be honest with you.
You know, or ask him if he sees you need help, he'll help you.
Was his behavior that night consistent with his normal behavior?
No, he acted different. I've never seen Mickey act like that.
You had to describe how he acted in one word. What would you say?
One word, he's kind of psychotic.
Did he ever sleep?
Not while I was with him.
What time did he leave your house?
He left the next morning. Now, I didn't look at the clock, but it was between 8 and 9.
Between 8 and 9.
Yeah, something like that. But I didn't look at my clock, but it was early.
And at that point, had he slept at all?
No.
Okay. Did you talk to Mickey anymore after he left your house that day?
Yes.
And let me back up. Was that September 19th of 2024?
Yes.
Okay. You talked to him again after that?
Yes.
How many times?
I think he tried to call me once, a voice call, but then he did FaceTime me once from the courthouse.
From the courthouse?
Yeah.
About what time was that?
2:49 maybe.
2:49?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's PM, I assume.
Yeah.
If I showed you,
Yeah, I don't think he's going to do much time at all. I think this may be one of these. Indiana will charge you with your own murder. It's too funny. I think this will be really hard for the prosecution to get anything other than that. But we'll see what happens. You may get nothing at all.
a screenshot from a video, and Judge, this is going to be a screenshot from the video that the Commonwealth is going to do. If I showed you a screenshot of a video, do you believe that you could identify the person on the phone?
Okay.
Judge, if I may approach you.
Sure.
Jackie.
Are you wanting to mark that for the record?
No, Your Honor, I'm just.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Say that again. Now,
To me,
you believe that's you?
yes.
And is that roughly the time? Let's see. I'm gonna go here. Judge, if I can approach again.
Sure.
I have a time-stamped screenshot, Your Honor, of the video. 1438 is, I'm sorry, 1448. And that's you on the video?
Yes.
Okay. And that's the FaceTime call that Mickey made to you?
Yes.
And is that about the correct time that you recall him FaceTime you? On that FaceTime call, what did Mickey say?
Well, like I said, my mother and daddy raised him, so he had a name for my mother. He called her Mommy Bones.
Mommy Bones?
Mommy Bones.
Okay.
And he called me and he said,
I don't know if this is a courtroom or not. I think it is. Let's see here. I think this is kind of like these are attorney motions and stuff like this. This is a court. Yeah, this is a court. It's a weird court, but it's a court. But I think these are pretrial motions. What else is going on here? Hold on 1 second here. Boston Christian is in here. Good to see Boston Christian. Let's see here. Yeah, where's Quad? Let's see here. Tracy is amazing. Tracy is absolutely amazing. Quad is great. We'll spend a little bit more time on this, then I got to move on to this other stuff. But I just wanted to. If you're the prosecution here, this is not going well.
said, Sherry, and I said, what? He said, let me speak to Bones. That's what he called him on me.
Did you let him speak to Bones?
She'd been dead 2.5 years. And I said, what? And he said, let me speak to Bones. I said, Bubby, where you at? Are you at the office? He said, why don't we call you back? I got a bad connection. I said, well, okay, call me back. He said, love you, bye. And that's the last time I talked to him.
That's the last time you talked to him.
That's the last time I talked to him.
Did you find that call concerning?
Yes.
Well,
He asked for my mother.
I mean, if you Becky's here too. Let's see, Becky's right there. Always good to see Becky here. It's probably a hearings room. Could be. There's Becky right there. Good to see you, Becky. Hope you're well. What was I saying? There's Tracy right there. We were just talking about you and how amazing you are. Always good to see you. I call Quad Tracy because I'm pretty sure that's Tracy. But anyways, if you watch the video of him in that infamous Judge Chamber thing, it kind of looks like he's edgy, like really nervous, and I think that's what they're trying to get at here. That's right, AKA Mimi. Good to see Quad in here, always.
Twice. He was with me when I had to unhook my mother from the ventilator. So he knew she was gone. It was me and him together had to unplug it. So he knew she was gone.
again, has Mickey ever acted this way in the past?
No.
Did you eventually find out what happened at the courthouse that day?
Yes.
When did you find out?
It took about until I found out for sure about half an hour.
What was your reaction to that news?
My knees got kind of weak and my mouth fell open and I cried my eyes out.
Is that something that you could ever imagine that Mickey would do?
Never in a million years would I have ever thought that Mickey would even discharge his gun, let alone do something like that.
Has he ever been violent?
No.
Has he ever been angry, mean, rageful, any of those things?
You know,
Once again, thanks Mustang for putting everybody's channel in here. We got JP in here too. JP's an awesome guy. Let's see here. All great channels. Let's see. Okay, let's go back to this here. This is a strange hearing right here.
everybody gets angry, but I've never seen him violent.
Yeah. Do you know if he's ever discharged his weapon?
Not that I know of.
Did you have an interview with the police after this all happened? And did you tell them that day what you're telling us today?
Yeah.
You said that you still have,
And I just wonder if there would be this, I don't want to say leniency, but I wonder what would happen if this guy is just a regular citizen here.
the Benadryl and the melatonin at your house.
Mhm.
Have the police come to your house?
No,
How'd you talk to them?
on the phone.
On the phone?
Yeah.
How many times did you talk to them?
Once was like an interview conversation, and then
I don't know what JP is. I thought I saw him. I think I was seeing things. Same. I thought I saw him too. Let's see here. I'm just saying, I wonder if this guy here would be getting this kind of treatment if he was, just regular Joe Schmo here.
I think I may have had to call him back once after that because I remembered something. They told me if I remembered anything to call him back, but I can't remember specifically what it was.
Okay, but they never came out to the house.
No,
They never collected any evidence.
no,
They didn't take the medication.
no.
kept in touch with Mickey at all since he's been in jail?
Yeah, I wrote him a bunch at first, but now it's down to just like FaceTime, and I'll go up and FaceTime, with his wife, daughter, or something like that. It's not as much as it was, but it's as much as I can.
You know how he's doing?
He's not doing good at all.
When you say that, what do you mean?
I mean, he's always had to take antibiotics every day of his life. He's got a really bad infection in his head. And it's not just looks wise, it's painful, and it's getting on his face. His head's got these, it's hard to lay his head on pillows. He's in a lot of pain, is the point. And this tick bite he got has always caused him a lot of trouble.
Tell me about that. You said he got a tick bite?
Yeah, they call it California encephalitis or something like that.
Do you know what that is?
He went to and from the hospital so much, and they kind of acted like it was a mystery illness. Like, oh God, we can't find it. Just go home and take Tylenol. But it just, his blood pressure would be up, it would be down, up, down, and it was he just looked beautiful. In that hospital bed, his feet hanging over him, acting like he wasn't sick, and they come to find out, run the test, that it really was something.
And what was it again?
It was from a tick bite. I think they call it California encephalitis.
California encephalitis?
Yeah.
And do you have any idea? I know you're not a doctor, but aside from just being tired, being in and out of the doctor's office and things like that, do you know in any way how that affected Mickey? What symptoms he had, anything like that?
No,
I don't understand what that has to do with this case. I just don't. My mother-in-law's in Mima, and she hates it. For life in prison, we'd never hear from them again. Absolutely. This is bizarre. I gotta tell you, this is a little weird.
it had a lot to do with tightness in his head and stuff like that, I think.
Tightness in his head.
Yeah.
Okay. Did it have any behavioral?
Let's look up that symptom. Let's look up that symptom on Google. Tightness in your head. There is tightness in your head right here. Hold on a second. It's a tension headache. That's what that is. A tight feeling in your head, often described as a tight band, dull ache, or pressure, is a tension headache. Take a hot shower. That's what they're telling you on AI. Take a hot shower. Unbelievable. Okay, a couple more minutes of this California encephalitis. This is bizarre. I'm telling you, this is crazy. Hold on a second. I got something for this. I got something for this whole show here that they're putting on at this hearing. Hold on one second. All right, here we go. Crazy. This is crazy. They're showing his behavior was way off for normal in the days. Yeah, absolutely. They're trying to, anyways. I've never heard of that, and I'm a nurse. Oh my God. Yeah, it's obvious that it's obvious that he was a little bit, but you can literally watch the video. Like if you watch the video, he basically almost throws everybody out of the office there, the Judge Chambers, and he goes and shuts the door, and then he opens the door again, making sure that nobody's there. Like, I don't know, man.
Symptoms?
I don't know.
No. Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
But now he does have really high blood pressure. He was born with a heart murmur. And he's just always had a lot of health problems, chest-wise. Heart, lungs. He had a hard time breathing. And it seems to be his health going down.
Health's going down.
Yeah.
Has Mickey lived in Letcher County his whole life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, tick bites can really do some serious damage, but I would like to see the doctor's reports on all of this stuff here, because she can say whatever she wants. I mean, it's he's got tightness in his head. I mean, just You can tell he knew what he was doing in that judge chamber. He like, he anybody else, man. That if somebody from off the street went into that judge's chamber and shot that guy like that, there would be very, very little sympathy for that guy, for any type of brain issues.
Born and raised, you brought him home from the hospital.
Yeah.
Got to his wife and the kids live in Letcher County.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you already kind of told us when he was sheriff.
Mhm.
What kind of sheriff was he?
He tried his best to help everybody if he could, to give everybody a chance. Tried to help turn their lives. He tried to help their families too.
If he had all of these problems, why is he like? It's just, I don't know. I don't know how much more of this I can take. This is just crazy.
They were having a hard time with their kids. He tried to help.
Mickey got a criminal record.
Nope.
Do you know if Mickey has a passport?
No.
Has he ever been out of the country?
No.
Ever been on an airplane?
No, I'd have never heard the end of it if he had.
As far as you know, what's his relationship like with Caroline and Lila?
They seem to get along great. I mean, everybody has trouble,
Sure.
But can't live with each other, can't live without each other,
Now, if Mickey were to get out on bond, does he have a place to go?
Yes, always.
Where?
Me or them.
They still willing to take you in?
Why, yeah.
You willing to take him in?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, this is a bond hearing, so he's trying to get out on bond. It'd be interesting to see what the judge does here. And this was done on the 5th, so that was 2 days ago. So we'll see what happens.
He, judge decides to give him a bond and he's able to make that bond. You think he'd comply with the bond condition?
Yes.
Would he show up for court?
Yes.
Would he take off and go to Mexico?
No.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got problems. There's, I don't know, 95% of the entire globe has some sort of issue going on. I think you have to be, I don't know, I'd have to look into the laws in Kentucky, but what they should do is, in this case here, is they should go in a room, the prosecutor and defense, and give him like whatever is considered, I don't know. It's just this guy's going to get a sympathy card in court. I have no doubt in my mind.
Judge, if I can ask one.
Sure.
If he was a normal citizen that did this, I mean, I hear about these cases all the time. They don't just get off with a hand slap. They get prison for life. And but I have a feeling he's going to get the sympathy card here for sure. All right, so let's get out of that. I don't know much more I can handle this. This is crazy shit. This is all right. So let's do this here. I want to do. I missed. Let's see here. I missed this in my community post from Peggy O. And she wanted me to look into this this case here of Kiana Galvin. So let's try to do this here. We'll go to AI mode first. Find out a little bit about this case here. So Kiana Galvin, do you guys know about this case at all, or? Kiana Galvin remains missing, and her case is an active, ongoing investigation. She vanished at age Oh, wow. So this is an older case here. Vanished at age 17 on May 6, 2016. So that's 10 years ago. From South Elgin, Illinois. After telling her family she was walking to a nearby Jim Hansen Park. Despite major developments and investigative renewals, no charges have been filed directly in connection with her disappearance. All right. So, May 2026 excavation and search updates. I think I remember hearing about this. Property dig in May of 2026 in South Elgin, the South Elgin Police Department and the Fox Valley Major Crimes Task Force executed a forensic excavation at a residence in the 800 block of Revere Road. Let me hold on a second. I can do this later. Hold on a second. The dig was prompted after investigators scanned the yard using ground-penetrating radar, which detected anomalies below the surface. This is amazing that they can do this shit now. That's incredible. According to Kane County State's Attorney Jamie L. Moser, the excavation concluded with no human remains or new leads found. And that must have been done not too long ago. All right, so the last sighting phone records and a neighbor's statement reveal that Kiana never made it to the park. Instead, she entered a home on Revere Road to visit an acquaintance. Why can't I copy and paste this? Hold on a second. 800 block of Revere Road. Anyways, phone disconnection. Kiana texted the occupant. So she went into this home on Revere Road to visit, and so that was the last sighting. Kiana texted the occupant at 12:35 p.m. By 1:10 p.m., her phone was permanently disconnected. That's not good, indicating the battery was removed, the device was destroyed. 6 days after she vanished, a neighbor found blood on a trash can lid. Forensic testing later confirmed that was Kiana's. 6 days after she vanished, a neighbor found, so that's her blood there. The man she went to visit claimed she never came inside, but his timeline was disproven by phone and eyewitness records. Okay, so foul play is strongly suspected. While he was later sentenced to 15 years in prison, this guy has a bad rap sheet here for assaulting another woman. He has never been charged for the case. All right, so height and weight, 5'4", 125 to 150 pounds, curly brown. This is her right up here. Curly brown hair and brown eyes. A tattoo of a heart, cross, and pulse line on her left wrist, silver stud in her right nostril. I'll get an image of her in a second. Hold on a second. Last worn a black tank top, black yoga pants. She's probably not wearing it. If she's missing, she's probably not wearing that stuff anymore. Okay, so let me hold on a second here. Let me see if I can find Kiana. What's her name? Kiana Galvin. So hold on a second. Okay, so let's do this. Hold on one second here. Sorry, computer. All right. Hold on a second here. Let me get out of this here. Let me no search. Okay, so this is the search. Did we do this? Did we cover this? So this was done 4 weeks ago. Authorities in South Elgin are conducting a new search. So this is the search they were just talking about. And I'll have to find out where this is here. So this is apparently, I'm assuming that this search was done at this neighbor's or this person's house.
This evening, she wasn't ready to go on camera just yet, but she did tell us she was aware of this search today, so it's not something she was caught off guard with. She also tells us she wasn't ready to go on camera just yet, but she did tell us she was aware of this search today, so it's not something she was caught off guard with. She also tells us she's...
It's a case neighbors say has haunted their community for years.
It's something that I think about every time I go to the park. So, like, where could this have gone wrong? Why have the police not found answers or have any leads, or why aren't they sharing? It doesn't, unless Kiana's mom or the support of, the Justice for Kiana group post anything, you don't see anything from the community. You don't hear anything. I can't speak for everyone who lives here, but I think a lot of people think about it.
Kiana Galvin was just 17 when she disappeared in May of 2016 in South Elgin. 10 years later, investigators say ground penetrating radar picked up something unusual beneath the surface. For hours, police and forensic teams dug around this at the Cornbeer Road.
And the lack of communication or just awareness and I guess vulnerability from the village and the police department, and then for our kids to kind of find out through, I'm assuming, social media, right, the same way that I found out today, is a little disheartening.
Sarah Nelson has lived in the neighborhood for over a decade. She says it felt like police had forgotten about Kiana's case. She says for a long time there were no updates.
This is what we're doing. This is what we have done. Posters, something, anything. I mean, at the end of the day, she's somebody's daughter. She's a human. She's part of this community. And it's sad that it seems that she was forgotten up until today.
At the time of her disappearance, police say Kiana told family she was heading to nearby Jim Hansen Park. But investigators say she also sent a text saying she was home and never returned.
My kids used to play at that baseball field. They played softball. We walked there with the dogs, things like that. So, and that's where Kiana was last headed. So, something I follow.
A few days later, what was believed to be her blood was found near that same house. But despite earlier searches, nothing was found. Since then, neighbors say it's left an eerie void.
The mom in me really hopes that her mom finds peace. And gets answers. I can't imagine laying in bed not knowing where my children are,
Okay, so I had that before, Jenny, from an antibiotic. It was the highest dose of steroids I've ever seen. Trying to get rid of the headache. It landed me in the, oh my God. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the chat too. I'm still trying to find 800. It was the worst. It was a severe migraine that wouldn't go away. I couldn't even function. That sucks. Yeah, Trenadol. Did I do? What do you take for your migraines? I have that now, pseudo tumor on my pituitary gland. Oh my God. Nicole, yeah, I know my mom and bro used to throw up and all when they got migraines. It was scary to even watch. Yeah, my wife, I get migraines too, but nowhere near. I think mine are called ocular migraines, but my wife Heather gets them really bad. And they always give her the same shit too. It's the stuff that I forget what it starts with a T. They always give it to her, and it makes her worse. The good news, the last time she went in to the hospital when she had a headache, they gave her the Ativan, which really helped. But anybody that gets migraine headaches, I have a lot of sympathy for you because they're just they're debilitating, and nothing works. I mean, something will work one time, and then the next time it might not work at all. I'm on 26 different meds to try to help with them. Oh my God. My mother got them too. Well, everybody in my family gets them, but my mother got them bad too. My sister gets them really bad. No, they have Botox. Does that work? The water pill? None of the meds ever help. I either get spinal taps. Oh my God. I either get spinal taps or I have to get a shunt in my brain. So I know when my first wife, does that have anything to do with I know that my first wife, when my son was born, she had to go back in and get her, what do they call that? When they numb your whole body. She had to go back in and get that reset because of her brainstem was not they didn't do the epidural right. You may need to get a neurologist, a new one. Absolutely. Get Botox for your migraines, Dave. My migraines are like, I don't have an issue with mine. The worst part for my migraines is the blurriness in one eye. And then, I know enough to take, once that's done, it's like 30 minutes of one blindness in the eye. That's the worst part because I can't do anything. After that, though, I just take Tylenol or a Motrin in the eye. I'm fine. Trexamet? No, it's Trinidol or Toradol, whatever something with an all. There's no cure for a pseudo tumor. Toradol. I think it's Toradol. Yeah, one of those. I get injections of Toradol if I have to go to the ER. Oh my God. So this is here's the thing, right? I set off like 8-10 years ago, probably longer than that now, because I'm a storm chaser and I wanted to try to see if there was a correlation between, especially around here, lower barometric pressure, higher barometric pressure when it comes to, migraines, because I'm a firm believer that it could be a migraine headache could be due to some of them anyways could be due to a air allergy where you have differences in temperatures and changes in barometric pressure. So that's why I did the storm chasing, because I went out and tried to get different. I used to go right into the thunderhead and get the barometric pressure difference between, the warm and the cool air. I've never had a headache. Oh, my ex. That's it. That's too funny. Does not migraine. There's too much spinal fluid on my brain. Toradol is an injection like an ibuprofen. And Tramadol, that's the one. It's a light opiate pain med. Yes. Well, I feel bad for you. That sucks. That's terrible. Was that from Lyme disease? Is that where that came from? I don't know. I'm probably not following the conversation. I agree. I get headaches when storms are about to roll in. Like, I noticed that my wife gets more headaches in the spring and the fall, right? She gets the typical migraines when it's like different, like in the early spring, when there's a big change in weather where you go from, one day it's really dry, and then the next day you might get some more, humidity in the atmosphere, and you get the fronts that come in and then push more dry air in. So that's what I was trying to do, and I think there's a big problem with that. Allergies can trigger migraines. That's what I'm talking about. I think they're air allergies. Some of them are, anyways. I wouldn't be surprised if she woke up with a headache in the morning. So that's what I did. Anyway, sorry. Let's get back to this. I hope you feel better, though. I always feel bad for people who have those types of issues because, I mean, let's face it, migraines, it's a headache. People say it's a migraine, it's like a headache. It's the last thing from a headache. I mean, it's all the other symptoms. I have allergies and get sinus migraines. Yeah, I think there's a correlation, but I can't be 100% sure.
A week, let alone years.
Because my migraines are strange. Like I could be just walking around one day just perfectly fine, and then all there's like no there's like no real like warning sign, right? You could just be walking around one day and then all of a sudden, boop, there it is. And it's just really weird. And then before, when I didn't know how to manage them, it was more difficult than it is now. But I've had like a funny story. When I was in sales, I got a migraine really bad, like horribly bad. And I had heard my mom talk about the slurred speech thing. And I thought it would never happen to me, but I was talking to a customer while this migraine was going on. And I was like all of a sudden in like this, and I could talk, but the words weren't, it was so weird. The words weren't coming out right. It was like slurred. Nothing was in it. The customer thought I was drunk. It was really weird. That's the first time I've ever gotten that, but I've heard about that stuff.
And to have no answers everywhere she turns.
Neighbors say they're keeping Kiana's family in their thoughts tonight as they wait for answers.
If Kiana or anything regarding Kiana is there, I hope that they find it. I hope that you get the peace in your heart that you need today.
The Kane County State's Attorney's Office is taking the lead on this investigation. They have not said whether anything was found today or what exactly they were looking for. They did, however, say that the investigation is very active and ongoing. Lauren?
Leslie, this is something that the whole community really has been. So what is the rest of the community? What are they saying? How are they feeling tonight?
Yeah, again, the same thing. We've been talking to a lot of neighbors, a lot of residents in this community. They tell us they were caught off guard.
Okay, so now 18. Last seen May 6, 2020. We know that. She was on her way to Jim Hansen Park. Maybe I could do that. Hold on a second. This still hasn't loaded. Can you believe that? And it keeps bringing me back to Concord Street. All right, so let's hold on a second here. We'll play the rest of this.
By this, a lot of them found out about this surge through word of mouth on social media, by driving through and seeing the scene here, the tents here, by hearing the helicopters overhead.
Let's see if we can find that house.
So they were very caught off guard with this. At the same time, they say they're very glad and hopeful that this search is happening even 10 years later, and they're hoping for Kiana's family that there are some answers here and so that they can finally have some closure.
Absolutely. Leslie, thank you so much for that live report.
All right, so hold on, let's get out of here. And I'll show you people my pain here. Hold on one second. Hold on. So I am here. This is where I am. This is Concord Street, Concord Ave. But they're telling me that this is so weird. Like this is Concord Ave. So they must have renamed this. Let's go this way here. Nope. Let's go the other way. 800 block Revere Road right here. All right, so okay, so this is, hold on a second. This is I was right there. I was right on the corner. Hold on a second here. This is fucked up. So it must be right on the corner here. Wow. Anyways, it's in here. I can't see the number there. but it's got to be right here. It has to be. This is Revere Road, so it's probably on the corner here. So let's go back. Hold on a second. Okay, so property digging, 2020, last month. The South Elgin Police Department and the Fox Valley Major Crimes Task Force executed a forensic excavation at a residence in the 800 block of Revere Road. So this is where they did it, right? Hold on a second. Trying to find that house. Give me 2 seconds here. Okay, so it won't let me go. It's probably this house right here. I'm assuming it's this house right here. No? Let me check the chat. Watch it when turning it. Oh my God, a baby. Let's see here. I hope they find her too. So I'll find this place here. But this is Revere Road. So this is let's go back to this here. So this is Revere Road. It's got to be right in here. It has to be right here. So it's either this house here or so this is Concord Ave here or this house right here. All right, so let's do one more thing here. Let's go to this one. Hold on a second. Let me get out of this really quick. Sorry. Right here. Okay, so let's do this. Why is that doing that to my computer? Okay, so okay. So this is another write up here. This was done May 8th, 2026. This is about the search here. Sorry, my computer's really slow right now. I don't know why.
Introducing new Crest Clean Breath.
Nobody cares. South Elgin police said no human remains were found at a South Elgin home on Revere Road. So this is basically the same thing we just watched, but I wanted to see if I can get this house right there. I'm in the wrong spot because I don't see. No, right there. That's that house right there. So hold on a second. That's right there. It's this house right here. Okay, let's go back. Sorry. Give me 2 seconds here. I used to sell weed in that area in the 70s. That subdivision probably wasn't there. That's the best ever. Okay. So here's that little house, right? This is, well, not little house, but this is that house in the corner. So it's this house right here. It's got to be this house right here. This is the 2-story here. So this is where they were searching. So this must be. I'm just going to read this again. She disappeared on May 6, 2000, after leaving her house, telling her sister she was going to Jim Henson Park, which was about 10-minute walk away. She has never been seen again. I want to know more about this guy, though, the house that she went to. She's such an attractive kid, though. So let's get some directions. Jim Henson Park. Jim Henson Park. Oh. Look at how slow my computer is. Oh. Right there. So one minute, 2 minutes. I don't know why my computer is really slow like this here. Okay, here we go. It's exactly 1 minute. So here, this is where the park is here. So it says, no human remains were found at a South Elgin home on Revere Road in the search for missing Kiana Galvin. Law enforcement from the South Elgin Police Department and Fox. However, nothing. They didn't get anything there. That doesn't mean anything, though. So after leaving her house and telling her sister she was going to Jim Henson Park. So it's 10 minutes from her house. And I'm going to just hold on a second, get out of this here. I wish I could stay on this longer than this, but I'm probably boring the shit out of you guys here. So hold on 1 second here. I'll go back to this here because I want to show you this here. So this image here, this is the house. This is that little house. So this is the house that they were searching right here. And that's the one that we had in the last slide there. That was, so they were all over this place here. She is right there. That's her there. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, that's not good right there. Finding her blood there is not good, but that's her. I mean, she's a very attractive kid. This sucks. Something doesn't sound right though with this park thing, because it says that she said she was going to the park. Disappeared May 16th, but did they say what time? She left. Anyways, I don't know. If it's true that she was honest about going to this park, I'm not trying to blame victim here. I'm just saying, if it's true that she was leaving her house and telling her sister she was going to the park, then something could have happened to her along the way. But for some reason, there's something about this house here, and I'm assuming that that's the place where she was supposed to meet or go to see that friend there or that person there. So I don't know. It's kind of weird, kind of strange. Let's see here. So that's it. I mean, I don't know. I'll try to do a follow-up on this, but I just wanted to I was about to die of boredom before you went live, Dave. I'm good now. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's tough to do this stuff here because Could be because of the storms that are around us. Maybe that's why my, but hold on a second. I'm gonna go back. I don't know how to get there from here. Hold on a second here. I want to go back to that write-up because that other write-up was much better. The AI thing. And I'll just read this again here. She, okay, so last phone records and a neighbor's statement revealed that Kiana never made it to the park. Instead, she entered a home on Revere Road to visit an acquaintance. What's an acquaintance? Kiana text, so they actually have. Well, I'll take you guys here anyways to read this again because this wasn't in. Hold on a second here. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for being patient. This was a better write-up here. Well, it seems like that. It seems like she was because they have right, like they have her phone texting an occupant at. So there's a time frame, 12:35 p.m. By 1:10 p.m., her phone was permanently disconnected. What? Phone records and a neighbor statement reveal. So they have two witnesses. They have forensic data, and then they have a neighbor statement. I don't know who this neighbor is, but revealed that Kiana never made it to the park. Instead, she entered her home. Kiana texted the occupant at 12:35 p.m. and about a half an hour, 40 minutes after, her phone was permanently disconnected. So, you know, whatever happened to her in this time frame, because you're talking about 40 minutes maybe, or 35 minutes. And that's when her cell phone, the man she went to visit claims she never came inside. Is it possible that she didn't make it into this house and she made it into another house that's in that general vicinity? I don't know, but whatever happened to her, we know 6 days after she vanished, a neighbor found blood on a trash can lid. Where? I wonder if it's possible that she made it close to that house, but never made it to that actual house. But you would think that if the house she was next to or near or was supposed to go into, you think her phone would have connected to the Wi-Fi of the house? I don't know. It's where did the neighbors keep the trash cans? That's what I was looking for. Is I think I can go back. Nope, I can't. Okay, so now it won't let me do this. Nope, I don't know what's going on. Okay, so hold on a second. So this, let's go back here to this. Sorry. It's possible that like she was that house is not the house that she went into. It's possible that somebody, I don't know why my computer's acting so strange tonight. I want to find that house again though. Yep, right there. Okay, so just for hold on, let me get out of the big screen here. Make sure you guys are with me here. Hold on a second. Okay, we're back. Maybe not. All right, so all right, let's pause that right there. So this is 800 right here. This is where they got the tent set up. So maybe, if she's coming here, the phone disconnects here, but they know, so they know, they know that her phone got somewhere around here, then disconnected. So I'm wondering if, okay, I wonder if you guys can see this now. Yep. Okay. You guys can see that now. So maybe it's one of these houses here, and this house has nothing to do with it, because if she's 800 on her or there or here, it would still seem like she had gone into this house. That's all I'm saying. So I would be checking all of these residents here because, not trying to say anybody's guilty of anything, but they have her, and I'm not going to go back to that now, but maybe it's a different house than this one here, or maybe it's this house, who knows. Anyways, all right, let's get back to the chat here. Whoops. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, weird lid blood, absolutely. Revere Road, yep. We found it again, thankfully. It's tough when the computer's probably being carried. I want to know more about that witness, though, and what that actual witness saw, because I don't know how bad this area is. It looks like a pretty good neighborhood. I don't know. I'm just assuming that, maybe this house here would be close enough to where, there's a path here. So say she's walking to go to this house, but somebody takes her in this house or even across the street here, and they're searching the wrong house. She maybe never made it to this house. Maybe here or there. But anyways, here, there, and everywhere. All right, so let's get out of that there. I'll go back to the chat here. I just figured I'd cover that. All right, so let's move on to something else here. I did want to get into this case here because I think it's crazy. This is a crazy cases. This is our good friend. Well, not a good friend, but our good, always Clenny case here, the OnlyFans model here. So let's share the screen here. We'll get into the case of the OnlyFans model here. That's going on too here. All right. All right, so former OnlyFans model, we've done this case thousands of times. If you guys don't know about it, let me know. Model Courtney Clenny is charged with the second-degree murder in 2022, unaliving her boyfriend there, Christian Obaselli, inside the couple's Miami apartment. Clenny has pleaded not guilty, claiming she acted in. So now she's saying she acted in self-defense during a violent confrontation. So here we go.
And yet, Courtney Clenny admits she is the one responsible. But what happened inside that apartment on that day does not tell the whole story. There's another
About the lake incident, yeah, I'm going to cover that if I can get better at maps here. Sorry, I'll be covering the. Are you talking about the Hopkinton Lake? Yes, yes.
another video that tells a much different story. I'm going to show it to you. And that's the video that may just set her free. I'm Vinny Politan. Let's investigate. Today's video and today's story, today's saga and drama reminds me a lot.
It's also possible, going back to that other case, she might have gotten in a car, or somebody put her in a car. But you would think that, I mean, that whole cell phone thing is strange because I'd have to look into that, to why her phone would go dead like that.
Of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I mean, we all.
But I mean, you would think that even if she was inside a house, her phone would have, you know, I mean, even in 2016, people had Wi-Fi, right? So you would think that if she had gone inside a house, her phone would have connected to Wi-Fi or tried to connect to Wi-Fi. And you would think that they would have that information, you know, just saying, I don't know.
All watch that together. Those two had such an intense relationship, but it was toxic. It was absolutely a toxic relationship. And those two went at it. They verbally argued and fought, and things got physical from time to time. We saw some of the damage on Johnny Depp's finger. But the difference between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard and today's couple is that today's couple's toxic relationship became a toxic, fatal relationship. And I'm talking about Courtney Clenny and Christian Obonselli. They too, like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, had this intensity where they loved each other, but at the same time, they hated each other. They didn't trust each other, and there was a lot of jealousy. And a lot of that was fueled by how young they were, perhaps insecure, and also fueled by the fact that Courtney made herself.
You guys are all making me hungry here. Tacos, absolutely. When you work third shift, it's really hard to eat tacos and be healthy. Anything frozen cheesecake would be great. Yeah, especially, you know, a good cheesecake. All right, let's get back to this here.
Very public persona. She was an OnlyFans model. And for those of you who don't know what OnlyFans is, it's a little different than this video.
Oh, we do. We have Dino in here. Dino knows everything about the OnlyFans. So if we any questions, we're going to ask Dino. Grilled cheese with bacon sounds delicious. Absolutely. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming in here. You guys are amazing.
It's a video where you pay a subscription and the person running the OnlyFans page will do things upon request. And it usually involves the removal of clothing and the engaging in very private moments and acts. And she was making a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money from this OnlyFans. We're talking 7 figures. And just as a young 20-something-year-old, getting that kind of cash is leading to a lifestyle where she's basically in charge. She's the one with the pocketbook with the
Yeah, the trash can lid. That's kind of wonder what Dino does on his OnlyFans. We don't want to know. Hold on a second here. Classic.
wallet with the purse, controlling the finances for this couple. Now, Christian Obumseli was a day trader. He was into crypto maybe, but she was the one paying the bills in that $12,000 a month studio apartment they had down in Miami. Now, this relationship, again, a lot of extreme behavior. I'm talking about them performing on OnlyFans together from time to time, although she went solo most of the time. But she was actually more jealous of him stepping out on her. And it fueled these fights. And these fights that got really bad when they would travel and engage in behavior involving illicit substances, drugs, etc. And it amplified everything that was going on inside this household. Now, Courtney Clenny, on the day that Christian Obumseli is killed, is literally caught red-handed. I mean, when police respond, the blood is literally dripping from her hands. And if you go back to like Scottish law, where that term caught red-handed came from, if you were caught with blood on your hands and someone was dead and you were responsible, it was over. Like there was no case. It was open and shut. But this case is different because there's another video. And this video could set Courtney Clenny free. It's a video from the day before the knife is plunged into his chest. I'm going to show you that video. Listen carefully, because it's all about what Courtney Clenny is saying and what she's alleging that will become the framework and the foundation of her defense, and paints a completely different picture of what was going on in this relationship. Let's take a look at this video.
We had a domestic dispute.
Okay.
Can you please let me into my apartment? Please?
Okay.
Yes. I have
Hold on. What's going on?
Okay.
Where's your apartment? You have a key?
Man,
You don't need to talk to me. What's
What
going
are you
on?
lying about?
Where's your key?
I'm in my apartment. I got
got
locked
locked
up.
up.
Yes.
Okay, Okay, where's...
All right. Let's see here. If I paid for my weed, I'd be satisfied with that. Did Dino take off? I want that 7 figures, though. Me too. That'll be the last thing. I have cute toes. Maybe I should try it out. That's too funny. I never get that thing, the toe thing, feet thing. Also, I want to do a shout out to one of my wife's friends at where she works. Had an accident or something like that. She's not doing all that great. Shout out to her. It's probably not going to go well. And my wife is very, she's just, stuff like that you don't expect to happen. So shout out to her. Hope she gets better, but doesn't look good.
Where's your ID or anything so you can let him know that you live in the apartment?
In my apartment.
So everything's in your apartment.
It's all under my name. I pay the whole rent. He has never paid a freaking dime of rent. And he somehow made quick friends with everybody in here. I broke up with him. My mom came out. So like help me break up with him, and I just couldn't do it. He slept in my elevator room inside of a couch. I hope that there
Critter Mama's here. Good to see Critter Mama. Thank you. Whoever said that, thank you for that. It's just a terrible situation. that my wife's going through, and the person who had the accident. My mom was just diagnosed with what? Oh, that's awful. Oh, that's terrible. Um, oh, that stinks. Um, Sorry to hear that, Jenny. Um, Good to see Critter Mama in here, though. Let's see here. Yeah. Um, it's a better day now than it used to be. I mean, for that stuff. Let's hope things go well for your mom for sure.
He slept inside of a couch in my apartment. He just stopped. He wasn't supposed to be here.
The thing is that, some of these models, OnlyFans models, don't make that kind of. It's rare. It's probably a rare thing to make as much as she was making. But some of them can make, there's some out there that are making more. I never understood the feet thing either. I just don't get it. But I'm old now, so nothing. I don't get anything. So,
But I never would have called. I never would have called the police.
You didn't call.
I didn't. Nobody.
I called. You called. Okay. Okay, hold on, man. Let him talk.
Pause it there for 1 second, just for a little more context here. How this whole thing begins is that Courtney and Christian have this volatile relationship, and oftentimes the neighbors complain and they have to call police to respond. So this isn't Courtney Clenny who called. It's not Christian Obumseli the day before, but it's actually the folks who work at the building who called police. So police are trying to figure out what's going on here. Let's go.
The front desk personnel, this young lady, I was actually, with the other guy. We were walking around. We came back. She informed us that.
Who's she?
The front desk personnel. Okay. She informed us that Miss Courtney, her boyfriend, was trying to get into the elevator with her, but she had her hands out like this. And she had her hands out like this, and she was like, "Oh no, I'm coming inside the elevator." Okay. So initially, me and him we went upstairs because he was down here for a long period of time. So we engaged in a conversation with her. We spoke to her. We said, "Do you want him to come up?" Because he can't lounge in the lobby area because you know why? Because he's been just laying around on the couch and everything else, and some of the residents was feeling like, why is he here and everything else. Okay. So we asked her. I said, "Do you want him to leave the property?" She said no. She don't want him to.
I did not say that. I said yes.
Hold on.
No, but
Hold on. He's talking. Then you talk. Let him speak. Let him speak. Nigga, your turn. Nigga, your turn.
We were quiet when you were speaking. Why not?
See, this is the thing, right? And I think it's important for everybody to know stuff like this, right? Because you may think you're doing yourself a favor by just talking things out with police. And I'm not saying that this person here is innocent or guilty or whatever, but anything that when they say to you, anything that you say can be used against you in a court is accurate. That's the most accurate thing that they can probably say to you. Don't say anything to the cops. Don't try to explain yourself. Don't try to explain the story. If they ask you a question, say, "I don't know. I want a lawyer." Don't say anything at all because they will use everything you say against you, no matter what you say, no matter how innocent, guilty you are. Don't say a freaking word. Nothing. You're not going to talk yourself out of it. This lady needs a huge reality check. Absolutely. Her prognosis is really good because of good. That's awesome. Because they caught her early, but got an E. coli infection. So she's been in the hospital because they had, oh my God, it's terrible. that's good news. What is going on with my computer here? And she's been that's the bad news. But we hopefully they got it good, got it early for sure.
She said no.
Hold on.
Okay, you'll defend yourself once he's done.
Yeah, we're not going to talk over each other. That's not what civilized.
We're not going to fucking talk at all. You're not going to talk about anything.
She said
one first, then the other one.
I said, "Are you for sure?" She said, "Yes, I want him to leave the property." I said, "Are you certain for sure? Do you want him to leave?" "Oh no." I said, "So I'm gonna call the police because he's causing a nuisance in the lobby area because he can't be in the common area unless he's gonna be in your apartment. That's totally different, you know." So somehow she locked herself out of the door. So we had to come back down here to go retrieve the key. We get down here to the lobby area. Her boyfriend comes charging towards her, and we actually try to get in the middle of it. So I told Artisha to go get the keys so that she can go back into her unit. The boyfriend actually came after her and was walking towards there. And then I just said, you know, enough is enough. Police need to be called. She said she don't want police to be called. But when it's in a common area, something happened like that, our safety is the residents first. We have residents out here, you know, filming and all this stuff going on in the lobby area and causing the nuisance. So I called because based on we still have him walking around the property and we need to have him removed. Last time we saw him, he was on the ground level.
Okay.
So
Let me know when my chances to talk. I'm not
just
trying
want
to.
to get into your apartment.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, but you told me I was
Time out. Let me talk. Okay.
I feel very like.
What's your name? Courtney?
Yes.
Okay, Courtney.
Why do you have something against me? I'm sure.
I think she has. What was it that we've gone over this case thousands and thousands of times, right? She has some sort of she has an issue. She has she's probably is she bipolar, borderline bipolar? I think we mentioned that before. She does have, you know, some sort of mental issues here. So you know, I don't want to say that that's, you know, a bad thing. It's just she does have some issues. So there's that. They're both toxic though. Both of these people, I think, were very, you know, it's one of those toxic relationships where it would have been better to just say, you know what, we're just not compatible. But you forget, he was living with her. She wasn't living with him. This was all her shit.
We're trying to talk. So you just want to get back in your apartment. Unfortunately, he can't be here in the property.
That is totally fine.
Okay.
He's been literally sleeping in my elevator rooms without permission.
What we're going to do is we're going to find him so he can leave the property and you get back to your apartment. What else do you
I
need?
was told I was going to get a chance to speak.
Go ahead, Courtney. What's going on?
Like, I don't think she's on anything. You know, because somebody just kind of maybe looks at this, maybe thinks that maybe she's on an upper or something like that. But I don't think she is. I think she just has that personality where she kind of has to be in control of the situation at all times. That's just me. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I don't claim to be one. Don't want to be one. But I think she already has that stuff. Period. Regardless of the situation.
Are you going to listen?
Are you listening? Go ahead.
Say something wrong.
Yes. Yes, they're all three here. Okay, so.
Courtney, what do you have?
Okay, hold on. It took me a long time to let them talk to me, so hold on. No, can you please just listen?
Just talk to them. I'm going to talk to you.
Courtney, what's going on? What do you need? What?
Yeah, good at
My mom fly out. She stayed with me for a week. She had to come out, and we kept sleeping in the elevator inside of my extra couch. And somehow, I said, okay, Mom, I guess feel free to go home today. I didn't think I got it from here. I literally took her to the airport this morning. I stayed in my apartment all day. I didn't take my dogs out for like 8 hours because I was afraid that when I came down here, I was going to be out. And when I did come down, I walked my dogs, and he was telling me he wouldn't leave me alone. I said, you just walk my dog to this
Courtney, does he have any property in your apartment?
Yes, so much. Can I, with respect, can I please? I just feel like I'm not being heard. Okay.
Go ahead.
So I had a lot of opportunities to call y'all, and I did not. So when he's following me around this dog park, I said,
Is anybody buying this? Does anybody and I know, I mean, I'm probably one of the biggest advocates for, people who suffer from, domestic abuse, DV, all of that stuff. And I'm not trying to blame a victim here or whatever, but I don't know. This one here, I think that this was just a back and forth toxic relationship. And it's possible that she might have been trying to get this guy out of there, but at the same time, she almost has two personality type things where she's, it's just, I don't know. This, I don't know if I'm buying this.
there is no, your time is up. Like, that's it. And then all of a sudden, like, he flew me in the elevator, and I said, this guy said, I shoved him. When I was upstairs in the church, I said, I shoved him. I said, show me that.
Like, it's almost like she's trying to sell this to the cops. Like, she's trying to, I don't want to say play the victim, because I think both of them were abusive to each other. It's not like, but, it's almost like she's trying to sell this, kind of like telling on her boyfriend, like, see what a monster. And then basically 2 minutes later, she's probably, just, I don't know.
Like, I really got angry because I did not help him. All I did was take my dogs.
Well, I'm crazy.
I feel like I am.
All right. So what do you want to say?
I want to be like, I don't want to be like exonerated, I guess, of like anything wrong. And I want him. Okay, the police are here. I want a restraining order against Christian Kelly.
I don't issue those.
Because, no, I'm serious. Can I do that?
There it is. This is the day before.
See, that's a pretty good. That's a pretty good statement, though, right there. Like, once, I don't know, and it's one of those things where maybe not here, but once a woman says that, I think it's up to the authorities to kind of take that seriously. That's just my opinion. I mean, because like I said, it might not be as relevant here in this case, but it might be. But once she says that, I think that's when people need to stop playing games, especially authority figures, and just I don't know.
The day before, and she's talking to police now. I want a restraining order. This is my apartment. I'm paying for it. And you heard the description that Christian Novoselic came at her. He was sleeping in the.
Duck and Felonies is here. Good to see Duck and Felonies. I was just actually thinking about you. Good to see Duck and Felonies. She's been doing a great job on her channel as well. Does she have a disorder, or is she just a vain little girl who used to? I think it's both. I definitely think it's both. Well, I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. She seems very like two-faced almost. Like but I don't know.
Elevator, they had broken up, and he just does not want to leave. This is the defense. This is the defense, setting the foundation for what exactly is going on in this relationship, which is so important. Yes, she's the one responsible for taking Christian Obumseli's life with that knife. However, here she is playing the role, and I believe this is exactly what will happen in the trial, that she's the victim. He's the one who won't leave her alone. He's stalking her. He's coming into her apartment.
There's no doubt in my mind that he was leeching off of her. I mean, she's the breadwinner. She's probably her net worth is probably, I don't know, $2, $3, $4 million. And they call that a meal ticket, right? You don't leave that, right? Like you don't, I'm not saying she's 100% innocent here, but I just, I see a lot of these cases, and it's what got me into this horrible business of true crime in the first place is, women get it's just my opinion, women get the shit under the stick. You can, hundreds of cases a week where, they refuse to do anything because, sometimes it's worse to get a restraining order than it is to just, and I just, maybe not so much here in this case, but the authorities need to take this shit seriously when women say stuff like this, because it doesn't, and it happens to men too. But mostly it's, it seems like it's always against women here. And it's, just saying it needs to be taken more seriously than I think people. I mean, all of these you watch, I'm going to back this up a little bit. And, she's kind of crazy. I got that. She's definitely got issues, but, you never know what's going on behind closed doors, man.
Is the one who is on the right side here, trying to protect herself from this man who just won't go away, this man who doesn't understand that the relationship is over. And she wants a restraining order. That's powerful. That's powerful. Let's watch.
Thank you, Mustang, for putting that in there. Appreciate that.
Okay, but how can I make myself first? Because I know him.
And I will say that it makes it bad for everybody else when people falsely report shit like that too. I mean, there's that out there too, because it's the way it is with basically everything. People make it miserable for other people, but to err on the side of caution, right? It does happen.
And he would do it. How can I make myself first?
You gotta get there first.
175 Northwest first.
Before
175 Northwest.
Isn't already on the way?
we have no idea. We don't even know how it looks like.
We don't even know who it is. How do we know that?
So you question this. I need a restraining order against him.
Okay, you hear all this?
Listen.
Okay, listen.
Who's on the phone with you?
Just my dad.
Okay. Well, let me
Which I think is
let me
reasonable.
explain
Her
to you
dad's a
something
lawyer.
with your dad on the phone, so you could hear me. You asked me, how can I get a restraining order against him? I answer you, we don't issue those. That's through court. You asked me, I need to get one before him. I told you, the only way is for you to get to court. Then you asked me, is he on the way already? And I asked you, I don't even know how he looks like. You understand? It's your questions and I'm making.
The boyfriend's not going to get a restraining order against her. That's just not going to happen. That's why would he do that? It's stupid.
I am right now, like, I have not always been a victim, but like right now I'm a freaking victim in the situation. I'm scared to go to one of my dogs. I just walked in and I told him, you don't have a chance, and now all of a sudden this is all happening.
What's his name?
Christian Tobechi Obumseli.
Christian?
Please, just like don't get me kicked out of my own apartment.
We just want to get him. We just want to.
I'm scared. I'm scared of him at this. Would it be okay if you guys, if one of
He has belongings here.
Yeah, I do. I agree with that. I think, like I said, people sometimes make it, difficult for other people. But I think that the majority of the cases are for real.
It'd be okay if we all talk to my father, because he is my attorney.
He has belongings here.
Says he doesn't live here.
I know, but he has belongings here. He has belongings in there. He has belongings in there with you, right? He has property.
So he has property in your farm. In my apartment, yes, and I pay $10,000 a month for it, he does pay zero for it. Yes. So I will have, I really, like, I will happily. I don't care what happens, I just don't, I don't want to.
Courtney, let me ask you this: for how long has it been sleeping in the apartment with you?
At this apartment, I mean, we moved in together technically like 2 months ago. But
2 months ago.
It was my name.
Forget about whose name is it. That's not the question I'm asking. Okay, that's irrelevant. It really is. Okay, listen to me. Answer my questions, please. Does he have property in the room in the apartment? A lot of property. He's been with you here for about 2 months, right? Is he on and off, or is he staying with you?
For 2 months.
Staying with you for 2 months here with you? Okay.
Except for last week, he wasn't.
Let me let you know something. He lives here. That person lives in that apartment with you. Okay, we cannot trespass anybody that lives in this place. So we can tell, by law, we cannot do this.
I know, I understand, and that's why I said, I mean, I'm just so frazzled, I can't believe.
If you want, you can answer your dad. I don't know if he knows state of Florida law, but that's the way it works.
No, I understand, and that's.
All right, pause it for one more moment here.
That's why I said.
Another important aspect of it. Courtney Clenny is a woman surrounded by male police officers. I think this is another place the defense is going to go. She is scared. She's desperately looking for help, and these police officers don't want to help her. And you notice,
I'm telling you right now, Vinny is 100% right. These guys the defense is definitely going to go into this here. I don't know if it's going to work, but they're definitely going to hit on this here. I'd like to have a word with her father. Imagine she's going outside in that outfit. I think I've seen worse than that. That's for sure. Or better than that. I don't know, depending on what side of the aisle you're on. I don't know if this is going to work, though. I just don't. If I was her, if I was her in this situation, I would have definitely just listen to what the cop said and record it on the body cam. And then I think she's on the phone with her father, who is apparently some sort of a lawyer. So she's trying to bait. It looked to me, it's like she's trying to bait these cops into saying, and it goes by the law. It's the squatters law, whatever. If I think she has to literally go through the courts to kick this guy out of there. That's just my opinion. Cops can't do anything about that, I don't think, unless there's a
little bit of back and forth.
I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know how that goes. But if there's, I don't know.
Either they don't like her, they don't trust her, they don't believe her. But that's the vibe that's coming through the video, right? And what they'll do is turn it from her perspective. She is scared of this man, and the police won't even help her. I can hear the closing argument already. She was asking for a restraining order. She was asking for help. And you saw, ladies and gentlemen, how
but I understand what Vinny's saying, but they have to go by the law. They can't. I don't know what the law is in that situation. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's, officer judgment. Like, she doesn't seem like she's got any bruising on her or anything. She did mention the fact of the restraining order, but that has to be done through, I don't even know how that process works, but I don't think the cops can just kick him out of there without any type of, I just don't know how the law goes, but I'm with Vinny that the defense is they're gonna really hopper on this exchange right here for sure. No doubt.
the police acted? All she wanted was help. They didn't want to help her. And that's the way it's going to play in court. Like, will the jury buy it? I don't know. but it's going to be a completely different version of the relationship and what was happening in the hours and the moments leading up to when Courtney Clenny kills Christian. Let's continue.
I think people should be able to wear whatever the hell they want to wear. Adults should be able to wear whatever they want to wear. That's just my opinion.
I said, can I get a restraining order and get there first?
Listen, my answer was, I already answered that. You got it. Just go to the court. Explain to them what happened. And explain to them what you need. And if they grant it to you or not, that's on them. You have to see a judge at court. Those type of restraining orders, they're granted by a judge.
So what can I do to be safe now? For my 2 dogs and I, what can I do?
Okay, explain to me why you don't feel safe. Explain to me why you don't feel safe. Why is it that you don't feel safe with him? Has he threatened you? Was there any type of physical violence to you?
Yes. That's not really like my concern. It's just that, like, they're stalking.
I think that, I don't know. My opinion, I think it was wrong for the cop to say that. He doubts her, and she can sense that.
My mom was here for a week time. She caught him in the little couch. Like, I have like a couch in my elevator room, and it's like turned sideways. And he like was sleeping there, and she went outside, and she's like, what's moving in there? And she pulled it, and she was like,
okay, listen, you want this person to completely disappear from your life. At the same time, you have him in your apartment here for 2 months with a ton of stuff in here.
But I know.
There's a process for this. The person needs to gather their belongings. What is he saying? Does he want to leave? Can I talk to you a second? Yeah. Hold on.
This guy, right? I'm going to back this up just a little bit. You watch this guy right here. Even this guy right here in this mask is kind of beside himself that this cop is talking to this woman like this. I just think it's wrong. He's doubting her, what she's saying. A lot of women in this situation don't want to talk to the police about what's going on, right? Like, not saying her, but saying I can see how a woman would not want to say anything, to a cop, especially when you got 3 of them surrounding you like this here. This guy right here is, to me, it looks like he's looking at this guy like, I can't believe you're treating this woman like this.
There's a process for this. The person needs to gather their belongings. What is he saying? Does he want to leave? Can I talk to you a second? Yeah. Hold on.
Even the cop, the other cop pulls this guy away from her. Like, let's do this again. Watch this. Watch this guy right here and this questioning by this cop.
You want this person to completely disappear from your life. At the same time, you have him in your apartment here for 2 months with a ton of stuff.
This guy, like, fuck you. And this other cop that's to the left here pulls this other cop away from her. This is ridiculous. I don't care what. This is ridiculous.
But I know.
There's a process for this.
It's almost like he's the judge and jury in this. Like, fuck you.
The person needs to gather their belongings. What is he saying? Does he want to leave? Can I talk to you a second? Yeah. Hold on.
This cop pulls him away. Oh my God. It's crazy.
Wow. Defense has a lot to work with there. A lot to work with. I mean,
that I don't care what anybody. That cop had no right to do that stuff. That's It's not up to the cop to believe her, though. It's not up to the cop to believe her. I mean, she could be literally being abused, and it's not up to the cop to believe her at all. I can see why some of this stuff actually happens. This is crazy. This is absolute crazy. And I'm not saying that she's right in this whole thing, but the way that cops exchange with her was completely out of line. And I can see why the other cop pulled him away from that, because he's on body cam and they're going to use this in court. It's just, like her or not, I can understand if they do this stuff here to every woman that tries to get some help. It's just I can see why people. It's crazy. That's just a horrible. I haven't seen this yet either. It's just. I mean, she's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I just think that's wrong. That other guy behind the counter comes out and he can't believe what the cop is saying to her. This is ridiculous. Watch this guy behind the counter here.
And what was happening in the hours and the moments leading up to when Courtney Clenny kills Christian. Let's continue.
I said, can I get a restraining order and get there?
Like at this time, this guy behind the counter doesn't want anything to do with this. He's get out of my lobby with this. But then all of a sudden he appears here and he's looking right at this cop like, what is your problem?
Listen, my answer was, I already answered that. You get it. Just go to the court and explain to them what happened. And you explain to them what you need. And if they grant it to you or not, that's on them. You have to see a judge or court. Those type of restraining orders, they're granted by a judge.
So what can I do to be safe now? For my 2 dogs and I, what can I do?
Okay, explain to me why you don't feel safe.
Oh my God. That's explain to me why you don't feel safe.
Explain to me why you don't feel safe.
What am I?
Why is it that you don't feel safe with him? Has he threatened you? Was there any type of physical violence to you?
Yes. That's not really like my concern. It's just that, like.
You see, she said yes, but it's not my concern right now. Like, it's this line of questioning from the cop is just out of line. He's acting like she's the victim, like she's the problem.
My mom was here for a week time. She caught him in the little couch. Like I have like a couch in my elevator room, and it's like twin size, right? And he like was sleeping there, and she went outside, and she was like, what's moving in there?" And she heard it, and she was
But
like,
okay,
"Oh,
listen. You want this person to completely disappear from your life. At the same time, you have him in your apartment here for 2 months with a ton of stuff in here.
But
This guy, I can't get on this guy's face. Like and this guy must be some sort of security guy too. So he's probably former law enforcement or something. He can't get over what this guy is. I can't believe it. And the other cop is listening to all of this shit here. Even this guy right here is looking at him like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, there's a process for this. The person needs to gather their belongings. What is he saying? Is he want to leave? Can I talk to you, sir? Yeah.
What the fuck? You got to be kidding me! Like, God, fire that guy immediately.
Hold on.
Oh my God!
Wow. Defense has a lot to work with there. A lot to work with. I mean, I don't know what it proves.
That cop should never go to a domestic violence or any type of situation like that ever again. He should be banned from doing that. That line of questioning is just he's making it like she's the person that's the problem. Like just that line of questioning is just I can't get over that. I just can't do it. That's just crazy.
But is it going to raise some doubts about exactly what prosecutors are saying about?
I mean, no wonder why women don't want to come forward with this shit. Oh my God.
About this relationship, because prosecutors are going to say very clearly that there's a documented history that she is the violent one. She is the abuser. Now, after watching that video, let's move to the next day. And this is absolutely shocking. It's graphic. It's tough to take a look at, but it's the reality of what happens the next day after Courtney Clenny stabs Christian Obenseli.
I mean, I agree that she, obviously she's not, she has mental issues probably. And this is what I talk about all the time when I talk about stuff like this is, people really need to start talking about mental health issues because, a lot of this stuff can probably be avoided. So I get all of that, but I don't care what anybody says. That line of questioning from that cop was just derogatory and just demeaning to her. It's just, fuck you and your process, dude. What the fuck? Sorry for the, swear words, but, this is before the incident, too. This is before,
These people are in the elevator. They need to open. They open on the other side, bro.
Oh my God.
Stay down, man.
Timmy, I need you.
Wait, open. Keep this open. See if I can get these people.
They want to tell me where. Guys, please tell me what's going on.
Ranger.
Come on, like
I want that to you.
He literally says to her, has he been abusing or physically abusing? She says yes. And then he comes back with lines of questioning like, I don't believe you. That's basically what he said to her. There's a process to that. And she says, how what am I going to do to protect myself now? Like, just, yeah, that cop needs to go away, period.
Christian Novenselli is still alive at this point.
I'm covered in his butt because I'm trying to save him.
I understand that.
And if I don't yell, then what will I do with my life?
No, these people are stuck in the elevator. You open the other side. Sit down, relax, okay?
Boys, come here. Boys, Jesse, come here. Just baby, sit down. He won't tell me if he's okay.
Listen, we don't know. We need rescues right here. We're trying to get them.
No.
See, this is what I was talking about before. Right now, with her, like, I think she's got a ton of adrenaline going through her body, but she should have known not to say anything at all during this whole thing.
Jesse, come here, baby. Jesse, come here. Jesse, come on, baby. Andrea, come back. Come here, baby. Jesse, come here. Hey, baby, it's gonna be okay. Andrea, hey, come back. I might have to go to the cops for a couple of days, but I'll be back home, okay? It'll be okay, baby. I promise I'll be. It'll be okay, baby.
What's his name?
Daddy will be back.
What's his name?
Christian Obumseli.
What's his name?
Christian Obumseli. Obumseli, please.
Listen, sit down. Do me a favor, sit down. Do not
Why are
move.
you yelling at me?
Do not move.
Why are you yelling at me?
Do not move, sit
Okay,
down.
okay, but
We don't know what's going on. We don't know what happened.
I'm terrified
So
for him.
right now, yeah, don't worry. They're helping him. So just sit down. Don't move, okay?
See, this is understandable right here. This cop stuff, because a lot of times these cops go to these domestic things. It's the female who usually causes the most concern. So this cop is right here. He's keeping her away. He's telling her to not to move. Because, I mean, there's been times when cops go to these domestic situations where they get killed and hurt because they don't pay attention to the woman that called them, right? So, this is understandable. I can understand this whole keep her separate. You don't need to tell her anything while you investigate the crime here.
Jesse, come here, baby. Jesse, come here. Jesse, come on, baby. Andrea, come back. Come here, baby. Jesse, come here. Hey, baby, it's gonna be okay. Andrea, hey, come back. I might have to go to the cops for a couple of days, but I'll be back home, okay? It'll be okay, baby. I promise I'll be. It'll be okay, baby.
What's his name?
Daddy will be back.
If you fall asleep, Heather, that's understandable. Thank you so much. Heather's an amazing person. Yeah, she's definitely got issues. I'm not saying she doesn't have issues. I mean, everybody has issues. I mean, there isn't a person on this planet walking around that doesn't have some sort of issue. But I just, I see these things all the time, and it happens more than people think. Where, and I'm not just saying it's this case here, but I can understand why women don't want to come forward and say shit like that. With that, with that, I mean, in my opinion, he was making it seem like she was the problem, and not, she's trying to find a formal complaint against this guy, and the cop was like reading her the third riot act. Like, good Lord.
What is his name? What is his name? Christian Obamseli. Christian Obamseli. Christian Obamseli. Please.
Listen, sit down. Do me a favor, sit down. Do not move. Do not move.
Yeah, see, this right here is important. He needs to control the situation here. So this is good. This, because I've heard and seen things before where, if the cop turns the back for 1 second, he's the one that gets it in the back, right? So you keep her separate. There's already been a violent crime that's happened. You gotta, lock down the situation here. So this is good cop work right here, because
Why are you yelling at me?
Do not move, sit down. We don't know what's going on.
Right here, he's not yelling at her. He's just we've told you not to move before, and we're not going to say it again. Don't move.
We don't know what happened.
I'm terrified.
So right now, don't worry. They're helping. So just sit down. Don't move, okay?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, he's right there. Just
Jesse,
sit down.
come here, baby.
Sit
Jesse,
down.
come here.
Relax.
Jesse, come here. I'm just trying to get my dog. My dog. Can you just bring my dog to me?
Yeah, leave it. Take the medical box.
I need you to get out of the way.
Okay, let's move. Let's move more.
I actually don't know why they didn't take her out of the scene, though. I don't know why. But there's a lot of shit. This is a hectic scene here. We've seen this before. But you have paramedics in here trying to save this guy's life. You have all these cops. So I can understand why they didn't, but
Sit down.
Where do I go? Where can I go inside?
Sit down.
she keeps getting up too. She doesn't, she's actually causing these cops to kind of fear her right now. And that's, they're trying to. So I understand this confrontation here. I get that.
Hey, just no, they won't bite. Just bring him out here.
I think she's more worried about the dogs than she is anything else.
Okay, I'm asking you as a person, can you please bring my other dog out to me?
Your dog is right there. Forget about the dog now.
And I actually think that's normal behavior these days, because if I was dying in this house bleeding and there was a problem with the dog, people in this house would go for the dog first. It's just the way it is. Animals come first, I come second here. That's for sure.
Don't worry. Forget about the dog.
But I'm covered in blood. It makes me look really bad. I was holding him the whole time.
I know. We're trying to see what's going on. Calm down. Okay? Calm down.
I want him to be okay. Please.
Okay, calm down. Calm down. Calm.
Okay, it's okay, baby. Come on. It's all good.
She's their girlfriend. Yeah. She's in handcuffs right now.
I mean, she knows what happens. She's the one that did it. So it's not like, I think at this point, the cop here is doing the right thing, but I agree. They probably should have taken her out of here. I don't know how long into this whole situation they were in, but they definitely needed to separate her from that. So that's I think that's good. We'll play a little bit more of this, then we're going to move on to something else.
That's me. I'm covered in it. I was holding him the whole time. He was like burning blood.
So who did it? Can you give us any information?
Absolutely, I can't.
I'll get this right now. You know who it was? I need to. Come on.
Who it was? It was the only person.
Okay, let's get it outside so we can get there. Okay, let's move over here so we have more space, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, That way, just sit down, relax.
Okay.
They're gonna take care of him. Your doggies are right here.
Okay. Hey, boys, just sit down.
So what happened?
I don't even, I'm like,
I mean, I'm pretty sure I remember Mr. Steve going over the whole. I mean, one of the things that is constant, and I don't know how accurate it is, but the most fearful calls of the domestic abuse cases because, you never know what to expect. I mean, it happens a lot where, somebody will call the domestic abuse hotline and the cops go over there and it turns out a lot different than what they expected. That's for sure. And, the woman can be very confrontational for sure. So I get that. I get that whole thing. I understand that. But they did the right thing here for sure. But she needs to shut the hell up because anything she says can and will be used against her in the trial for sure. Because the cops know what happened.
I love him like more than like.
Okay. So what happened today that we're here?
So I had broken up with him about a week ago. And then today again, like we just weren't getting along kind of, but like I said, we're breaking up again.
So you guys trying to get back together?
Yes, absolutely. Because I want to marry him. I love him. I think that he could change. I could change whatever. And he just, I said, he started doing. He said he wouldn't do it to me again. I said, you know what?
This is what the issue is, right? This is, it's you're saying one thing and now you're saying another thing. It's just, that's double talk, literally.
Over and I walked away and he pinned me to the wall.
He pinned you against the wall.
He pinned me to the wall and then pinned me to the ground and was choking me. And so I got up and I called my mom and I was talking to her. And then he started charging at me and I just had it in my hand because I was like turning around like don't come
What
here.
do you have in your knife? What do you have in your hand? A knife?
Because I was scared.
I'm asking you, what do you have in your hand? A knife, okay.
And I called my mom. She was on the phone. She can say like what it was. I was scared and I was just looking. And he started charging me.
While all this is happening, she's on the phone with her mother.
Yeah.
Her mother is an ear witness to what happened. On the other end of the phone, listening to all of this transpire. Important part of the case.
Yes. So eyewitness on the phone. So they get eyewitness on the phone. I don't think this is going to go as people think it is either. I think this is another case where she may get manslaughter or something like that, but she's, I don't know. I got to get out of this here because I got other things to do tonight. I just wanted to play that because, it's going to be an interesting case, but I don't think it's going to go the way. Maybe voluntary manslaughter, something like that. I don't know. All right, so I wanted to play this a couple weeks ago because I think this is kind of, you don't want this to happen to you, right? But this happens all the time. And I know this isn't really true crime related, but it kind of is. So anyways, this happened actually a few weeks ago, but they brought her into court. So a former McDonald's manager in Southbridge, Mass, I believe this is in Massachusetts, is facing serious charges after a disturbing viral video allegedly showed her contaminating a customer's food. So here we go. This could happen to you.
Suspect in this viral video also appeared in court today. She is accused of putting French fries in her mouth before serving them to a customer. Boston 25 News reporter Carly Dion is live outside court in Dudley. And Carly, the victim was there as well. She cried in court today.
That's right, Kale. Today, the victim, Haley Coburn, became emotional as she requested a restraining order against the suspect, Kaylee Santos, but the judge denied that request, claiming there was not enough evidence of physical abuse. Santos
Haley Marie
also-
Cobain versus Kaylee Marie Santos.
Haley Coburn getting emotional as she tells the judge
She's crying now, right? Like she wasn't crying then. Everybody always cries afterwards. Like this probably happens in more restaurants than people think. That's why I don't eat out anymore. I think I know exactly where this is.
she didn't know her food was contaminated until she saw a video on social media.
There's a viral video going around of her spitting on her french fries.
This video from an incident at the Southbridge McDonald's on East Main Street on April 9th, showing former McDonald's manager Kaylee Santos taking handfuls of French fries, putting them in her mouth, and
It's just disgusting, right? Like I don't eat out anymore. I'm telling you. And I used to work in restaurants all the time, especially when I was younger. Don't ever complain about food. Trust me.
placing them back into a carton. Police say surveillance video from the restaurant shows Santos spitting into a fry container, adding fries that had been in her mouth, and putting that food into a bag that was allegedly handed to Coburn at the drive-thru window.
And I didn't know about this until it got all over social media.
Last week, a second victim filed a report with police, claiming he was in the car with Coburn that day, and they shared that contaminated carton of fries. Santos now facing a second charge of distributing food with a harmful substance.
I can't imagine going to a fast food restaurant.
You know how sick you can get from that? Like, this is just crazy.
And having an ex-partner serve my client french fries that was spit upon.
Coburn's attorney argues what happened was extremely traumatizing, but the judge ultimately denied the request for a restraining order.
We have no comment, thank you.
We tried speaking with both Coburn and Santos following the hearing. Haley, anything you'd like to say? But both declined to comment.
They should do like a some sort of a documentary on just that, of what things actually transpire in a restaurant. Because people are, I'm telling you, one of the best things you can do in your life is watch a Karen video, right? Like it's just like I would never work fast food because these people, I mean, people argue about the weirdest shit, right? Like and I sometimes don't blame people, but this is overboard here. This is but I'm pretty sure this happens a lot more than people think it does.
Now, Santos also entered 2 not guilty pleas today. Her bail conditions include not making contact with any of the victims and not working in the food industry. The next hearing is scheduled for the end of July. Live in Dudley, Carly Dion for your.
I'm going to try to get a better, hold on a second here. That didn't work. I think I did this last time. So let's go back to $360 maybe. All right, here, well, that's trying to figure out what it's doing. Yeah, just disgusting for sure. All right, so let's move
Your
on
local
to this
station, Boston 25 News.
All right, let's move on to this since we were right there. Anyways, we did this case a couple times, but there's some more information. I don't know if I played this yet or not. But this is the I'm going to kind of do the missing person case of the week here. This is the case of Amy Lowitzer, Ali Lowitzer. Did I say Amy? And this, we've done, I think, 2 or 3 different lives on this here, but the annual convention centered around all things true crime. One of these cases that we've covered is Ali Lowitzer, her mother, meeting up with Marty Hughes reveals what could be a major piece of information. So this is good news. This is kind of like part missing person case of the week and part cold case update. So here we go.
You've heard me say every missing person matters, regardless of their race. Because of those cases and the fact that they get less attention, we spotlight them. Doesn't matter the background or the circumstances. And by that, I mean, they ran with a tough crowd. Maybe the person was battling addiction or homelessness or other challenges that made them vulnerable. No matter what, we tell their stories. CrimeCon this year gave us an opportunity to meet some of those families connected to missing cases that we've covered. And on the missing wall, where people post missing flyers, we saw some familiar faces.
This is just so awful. Look at all of these. Barbara Cotton, we've done a couple of, I tried to get into that for Lisa Joe. I think it's Lisa Joe. That's her, the Barbara Cotton case. We've done a few on that one for sure. Look at all these names, though. It sucks. I don't think I've done Derek Tank Evans Jr. here. I'll have to revisit this wall here.
Jason Landry, who vanished in 2020. His car found abandoned in Lulling, Texas. Lauren Spearer, last seen in 2011, an Indiana University student who vanished in Bloomington. This week, in fact, marks 15 years since she
We did Devlin Tate. Remember, we just did that case a little while back. Look at all these names that we've. Look at this wall. This sucks. This is awful.
disappeared. And Daniel Robinson, he's the first missing case that we covered in our series, a geologist who disappeared in the desert in Arizona.
There's Summer Wells right there. Elisa Turney, we've done that. Barbara Cotton for sure. I don't think I've done anything on that guy there.
In 2021. This week, we're also revisiting another case that we've told you about before, Allie Lowitzer. She's a teen from Spring, Texas, who got off the school bus one day with a plan to walk to the local Burger Barn to pick up her paycheck. Allie never showed.
Big Fish is here. Big Fish is here. Good to see Big Fish. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're well. I haven't seen Unindicted Co-Conspirator here for a while either. I did hear from Miranda Lee, so that's good news. But I haven't seen her in the chat. I hope she's doing well too. And of course, Charlotte. I haven't seen Charlotte for a round. I hope she's doing well. I did hear from her though. Yeah, so crazy. Peeps vanish. Absolutely. Yes, I will. I'll try to do that next, Paula.
Showed up. Allie's case struck a chord, particularly with me. I came across her mom, Joanne's TikTok account, and reached out. Here's the crux of Allie's story. It was April 26th, 2010, and on that day, Allie had begged her mom to let her walk to the Burger Barn. Normally, Allie would get off the school bus and she would walk home. The Burger Barn was in the opposite direction, and it was also a little bit further. Reluctantly, Joanne agreed, a decision sadly still to this day, 16 years later, haunts her.
That was the worst decision of my life. Allie was very adamant about going to see if she could work and pick up a paycheck. She had a paycheck waiting on her. And
This case here, this poor mom is just all of these cases, every single one of these cases that we cover here and everybody else covers, just listening to the parents and the people who have to go through this and live with this with no answers, right? Like we've covered, she got off the bus, remember, and she was she wanted to walk and her mom didn't want her to walk, and it's so crazy. You feel for these people, you want to try to help these people. There's just nothing more you want to do. It's just it's actually depressing sometimes.
you know, I didn't agree. I'm like, just wait till I get home and I'll drive you up there. You can pick up your check. But she just begged and begged and begged. And she's like, Mom, she says, I'll be safe. I'll be okay. I'll let you know when I get there. You know, she said all the right things, pushed all the right buttons, you know. And I gave in and told her, okay.
Oh, that's so awful. Every time I hear that story, it just hits you really freaking hard. Okay, Big Fish, good to see you. Love you all too, for sure. I hope you're well.
Joanne and I met up at CrimeCon. She flew into Vegas with some friends and had a booth for Allie set up. And during our conversation, she also revealed what could be, she hopes, a major new piece of information in the case. Hi, Joanne.
Hi.
So here we are talking about Allie. It's been 16 years in April. You have some new information to share.
I do. It's new, but it's kind of not new. So I was having casual conversation with one of my really close friends. She actually used to, she's retired now, but she used to cut my kids' hair when they were little. And she was helping me do some crafting things for CrimeCon. So we were just sitting at my kitchen table casually talking. And, you know, she's like, yeah, I can't believe there's nothing new, you know, other than, you know, the kids that saw Allie on the bus. And then, you know, my sister Susie that saw Allie walking that day. And I was like, what? Yeah, so.
Second here.
Sister Susie that saw Allie walking.
Susie, I should write that down.
That day, and I was like, what? Yeah, so it was really weird because I'm like, what do you mean your sister saw Allie walking that day? Because for years, we thought it was the kids on the bus were the last people to see Allie. You know, she remembers it clearly because in her mind, she's like, oh, such a warm day. Why is that girl wearing a hoodie? And I'm like, what do I do with this information 16 years later? You know, and after I processed that, you know, I texted Allie's dad and I'm like, do you remember this information? And he said, no, you know, and with some cuss words in there. It's just, yeah. And he's like, well, why is she just now coming forward? I'm like, no, they're saying that they told us back then that, you know, that they saw her. And so it took me a day to process and to figure, emailed the detective at Harris County Homicide and gave him a brief rundown of what happened. I emailed him, told him about our conversation, and then that same evening he did email me back asking for both of their phone numbers. And I'm like, okay, you know, he's paying attention.
It's got to feel good feeling
it did.
ignored for a long time.
And you know what? He called both of.
Okay, so hold on a second. So we ended off with the last known images of Allie were captured by Spring Hill School, right? We've done that. The surveillance system at approximately 2:25 p.m. Leaving the school image. So we know she got on the bus. We know she exited the bus. Allie exiting the bus with others. I don't know. It's Allie exiting the bus with others 3 houses from her home. A couple of boys got off the bus at the same time and walked in the direction of their home. They both reported that Allie was lagging behind, but nothing out of the ordinary, but texting on her cell phone. So she was texting on her cell phone. The last eyewitness accounts of Allie state she was walking away from her home towards exiting the neighborhood. So she was exiting the neighborhood, walking away from her home. And now we have another person, Susie. So that's interesting. All right. So let's go back to this here.
Of them the next day because she called and told me. Yeah. So
what did she see of Allie? What was she doing?
She was walking.
Mhm.
So my subdivision isn't too far from the main intersection, which is Trushwig and Cypresswood. So Allie would have had.
Remember we did the driving with the Google and we almost got into an accident?
Just a really short walk, like less than a quarter of a mile. Basically 2 turns to get out of the neighborhood and then up the road, passing the hair salon, passing the daycare opposite from the hair salon, and then making a quick turn to go to the Burger Barn. And Susie said that she was right around in front of the daycare.
Is there anything unusual about
In front of the daycare. Sorry, I got to write this stuff down right in front of daycare because I'll forget.
her being in that exact spot where she was seen? Or
No.
would that have been on the way to Burger Barn?
It would have been on the way to Burger Barn, yeah.
Okay. Did she notice anything else? Anyone else?
She didn't say. Yeah.
She didn't say or she didn't see?
She didn't.
So this is in spring text. So hold on a second. Sorry. This is the problem. I talk too much and never get anything done here. So Allie was an avid texter, averaging 4,000 minutes per month, and used her cell phone often. Yet all, so they know the cell phone thing. That's Allie's room was exactly okay. If Allie ran away, she would have taken many of those items with her. We know that. We can't 100% prove that. The paycheck she intended to pick up was reported by the manager of the Burger Barn as not being picked up yet. So she never got the check. We know that. Burger Barn employees claimed they not to have seen Allie that afternoon. So Allie really went with her friends and loved her creature comforts of her home. So she was not an outgoing person. Okay. I need to find this daycare, but I'm not going to do that now. Here we go.
Didn't mention seeing anything else.
Okay.
So we were assuming that she saw Allie walking alone.
So the only thing unusual she thought was it's warm, she's wearing a hoodie, and she was alone.
Yeah.
What did it feel like for you, Joanne, though, to have this new piece of information after so many years of frustrating dead ends?
Well, from my perspective, it means a lot because I'm hoping that gives law enforcement, a little extra push.
She's adorable. Thank you, Mustang. Thank you so much. You guys are all awesome. You guys are amazing people to be in here. It just sucks. This whole thing is, I wish I would have done this earlier because I probably could have found that street. But there's so many other things I got to get to tonight. But I'll making a note of that right now for myself to find that daycare. 9 times out of 10 in cases like this, it's probably some creep that lives right down the freaking street and probably been monitoring stuff like this here for a long period of time and just pick the exact right opportunity to grab this kid. Just it's absolutely horrible that people like this are in the streets. It's anyways, there we go.
Push to maybe interview the people at the Burger Barn again, or interview some more of her friends, and I don't know.
Something.
I mean, something. Yeah, something.
We rely so much on surveillance and cell phone data and pinging. Was any of that available 16 years ago?
The cell phone pinging was.
And
because I did it myself.
Okay.
I had that capability with the AT&T plan that we had. So they had something back then called Family Map, where I was able to see Allie's phone in real time. Now, just a moment or two after she stepped off the bus, the phone went.
So remember this, there she is on the bus, right? I looked through this, doesn't seem like anybody's really, there's the bus driver right there. You try to look for anybody inconspicuous here. I know it says that 3 boys got off at the same time. Not saying anything that they did anything or not, but nobody looks really suspicious. Pretty sure these people didn't want to be on film like this here. Somebody probably got in trouble here. I hate school buses for this reason right here. There's absolutely no security whatsoever. Kids just get off the bus. It's crazy.
Blank.
Does that mean it got turned off?
Yes. Okay. So it either got turned off or disabled or something.
Let me go back a second here.
Does that mean it got turned off?
So there's 1, 2, 3. So these are the 3 kids. That one's getting off the bus. That one's getting off the bus. And there's one back here getting off the bus. So that would mean that would be another person getting off the bus. I don't know. Does she look like she's? Is that her cell phone right there? You think?
Off?
Yes. Okay. So it either got turned off.
I'm trying to find any type of. I mean, she doesn't look like she's threatened here at all.
For disabled.
It's not this guy here. This guy here is listening to,
or something like that, because there's a tower just on the outside of our neighborhood. And
where's this?
That was the last tower that pinged. As far as surveillance, the one piece of surveillance that we did have from the gas station, law enforcement lost it.
Lost it? How did they lose it? What was the explanation?
They didn't have an explanation.
What? Oh, I hate my computer.
Lost it? How did they lose it? What was the explanation?
They didn't have an explanation.
But the gas station had a camera rolling at the time Allie was there.
Yes. They burned us one copy. Me and John reviewed the footage from the time period that we thought that we might see Allie walking across the screen. So if you can imagine, if you're standing on a gas station, at the pumps, and you're looking at the opposite corner, where you have traffic coming both ways. And Allie would have walked across the opposite corner. We never saw Allie walk across the opposite corner. So, but it makes sense if she at least made it to the daycare and then something happened there, then we wouldn't have seen her walk across.
At that time of day, was the day?
Oh, that's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I got to find this daycare because that's right around the time people would be picking up the kids from daycare, right? When did she last text someone? So she last. Good question. I used to know this probably. I don't know that. Okay, so it usually took about a half an hour to close down. Okay, and used her cell phone often, yet all communication, including pinging cell towers, stopped. So her phone stopped around 3 p.m.
Care open and operating? Were there people there? Okay. So that surveillance video, you saw it, but you never saw Allie. But a car that could be involved, a license plate, another person walking.
Exactly.
That's all lost.
Oh my God.
It was April 26, 2010. How often do you think, Joanne, about the moments of that day and your last interaction?
This is just like this stuff here. You want to put yourself in that position, right? To thwart anything that was going on. I got to find a daycare. That's the problem. I got to find, you know how quick it takes, it's probably very quick to put a kid in the car and then just drive off, right? Like I'm not saying that that's what happened, but, you never know, man. People are fucking crazy and creepy and, oh my God. But I'm assuming something probably happened between where that gas station was and the daycare.
And conversations with Allie about the plan.
The plan, I wish.
Oh my God, this is just awful. These things.
Interactions and conversations with Allie about the plan.
You just get aggravated. It's just, oh.
The plan I wish I never agreed to, and that's the emotion.
You just want to freaking reach out and hug this person. It's just, this is all the way down to Texas too. There's no way I'm getting down to Texas anytime soon. So she was involved in softball, Girl Scouts, choir, and art. Allie had plans in the near future. She looked forward to helping arrange an Alice in Wonderland party for her best friend's birthday. That freaking sucks. It could be something like that too. You never know with kids. All right, sorry.
Emotional part because that was the worst decision of my life.
Oh my God, this hits you right in the face, right? Like it's not your fault. It is your fault.
It was, the morning started off as on a typical day, and the only difference was my mother wasn't at the house to be able to take her to work, and Allie was very adamant about going to see if she could work and pick up a paycheck. She had a paycheck waiting on her. And, you know, I didn't agree. I'm like, just wait till I get home and I'll drive you up there. You can pick up your check. But she just begged and begged and begged. And she's like, Mom, she says, I'll be safe. I'll be okay. I'll let you know when I get there. You know, she said all the right things, pushed all the right buttons, you know. And I gave in and told her, okay. Yeah. I wish I would have been a little bit meaner. And
Oh, you can't do this stuff anymore. You know, it's like this is heartbreaking. This is terrible. And we've covered this before. It's like this woman here, she's never, ever, ever going to be the same, ever.
and told her no. You know, I wish I would have put my foot down.
You didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I know you carried that, but you couldn't have known. Any parent in the same situation.
And it's these greaseball, slimeball people that do this to people. Like it's, you know, it's just crazy. It's these people go to work just like you and I. You know, they go to work and they just have different intentions, and they don't belong in society. Literally, they just don't.
Makes the same call. It's tough.
Yeah.
You have talked to me about Allie and her artistic side and her friends and her friendships and what she loved. Share again what you miss most about her and what makes your daughter so special.
It's hard to express, but I imagine all the time. I try to think of what she would be like now, you know, and what her life would be like. And she wanted kids. She loved kids. And I think she would have been a great mother, you know. That was something that she always talked about, was having kids. And you know, the art, I imagine the art that she would have created, you know. So.
And she would have been a great mom because she's got a great mom.
Thank you.
Definitely, no doubt. It's just, I mean, how can you not feel for this woman? I just,
You have just tirelessly, day after day, one, had to live this nightmare, but you keep fighting. What motivates you, Joanne, every day to be here, to talk about it, to do what you're doing?
Allie motivates me. I can't imagine not fighting to find her and find what happened to her.
what a mom does. That's what moms and dads do. Like,
You know, because I mean, you probably hear this a lot from every family, but to imagine not doing anything to find your child, I can't imagine that. I would do anything and everything, you know, I can think of and anybody else thinks of, you know, to keep fighting to find her.
So if she was taken off that road after she got off the bus on the way to go pick up her paycheck at Burger King.
yeah, I don't see anything. Of course, you know, I can't see the whole bus, but I don't see anything out of the ordinary here on this bus. It would have been nice to see if there was a camera out the other side to see if the car's behind the bus, maybe. But now that I know that she something about the daycare and that Susie, I'm assuming that she made it to, or at least close to the daycare. So I'm less likely to think something happened here along the road as opposed to, further on down the, down the way there. So we'll see. I got to find the daycare though and retrace things. But I don't see anything on the bus that looks, out of the ordinary. Never know. Never know.
Barn, whoever did this all these years later, I know you think about that person or those people. What's your message now?
My message would be
Well, I think that reward actually went up. I could be wrong. Probably am. Wouldn't be the first time.
that it's been long enough. And it's
Is that the daycare? This is the daycare here. And it's gone. This is strange. Okay, so I gotta find this place here.
time to end this.
Not having Allie,
Or is this the Burger Barn?
I know, has upended your life in no way that any words could describe. The instinct that you have that something went wrong, that something.
Yep, it is. It's happens every day too. It's I can go through. I posted I think 5 or 6 different missing person cases just last week alone, and terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
Happened and that she was taken. What is your instinct now about what happened and where she is?
It has changed over the years. The first many years, we had a lot of hope that we would find her alive. And I know that I haven't given up hope. But I know that if she was able to come home, she would have come home. And we've had many different roads that we have gone down in the investigation, and I hate to admit it, but I don't feel that she's alive anymore. That's very hard to say.
That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. Let's see here. I want to play more of this, but I can't. I got other things to cover. So I'm going to check out that daycare though, and hopefully I can, get back with this next week or so. Hold on a second. I do want to go. Let's see. I want to go to this case next, and then we're going to go to Paula's case. Hold on a second here, because this is also sad. Let's see here. Hold on one second. Yeah, you just feel for these people. It's absolutely horrible to even admit that, right? Like, I just feel bad for these people. Just do. All right, so this is another sad case here. Unfortunately, I covered this. This guy's been missing for, hold on a second here. James Higginbotham, I think I pronounced that right, disappeared during a family trip to Japan. And this is really sad because a couple hours before this, they had just done an interview, the parents anyways, but he's been found unalived. So let's play this here. This was done hold on a second. We'll play this one here because this was done 4 hours ago. Right here. This is coming from, hold on a second.
Search and rescue volunteers in Japan have found the body of a missing American college student. 20-year-old James Weston Higginbotham disappeared May 29th while on a trip with his family. Jen Sullivan has the details.
It was supposed to be a celebration. The Higginbotham family traveling from Alabama to Japan to celebrate their youngest son's high school graduation. But the trip turned into a tragedy when their oldest son went missing. After days of searching, the body of 20-year-old James Weston was found Saturday. Family posting on Facebook saying in part, "Our family is heartbroken to share that Weston was found deceased by a volunteer search and rescue group in a mountainous area outside of Kyoto. The grief we feel is impossible to put into words." Weston was a college student at Auburn University. He disappeared on May 29th after getting into an argument with his mom over the environmental impact of her use of AI. His mother spoke to CNN's Aaron Burnett Friday night before his body was found.
He turned off his locations. So the police were able to track through CCTV video that he stopped at the Yamato.
This is just heartbreaking because they were just on an interview. And then shortly after that, I think it was a few hours after that, they actually found him. It's just absolutely horrible for a parent. Like, this is just terrible.
Machinist station.
The multi-day search involved more than 100 police officers, canine units, and helicopters. On Saturday, the family launched their own search efforts with help from local residents and a hired search and rescue team. His family focused their search in a mountainous area because they said Weston loved nature and hiking and thought that's where he may have gone.
He just loves to go outside and go for a walk at a trail or go for a small hike, no matter what time of day. That's just fun to him.
His family thanking the volunteers who helped them look for him on their Facebook page, closing out their...
It's Josh the Posh is in here. Good to see Josh. Awesome to see you. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're doing well. Josh has got, I think, an incredible channel. I hope your channel is still up. You can throw that in here if you want, because I can't at this point remember the name exactly how it is. But it's always good to see Josh the Posh in the house. Southern Gal was in here earlier, but it's good to see you, buddy, for sure. He's great channel, awesome channel.
Their message by saying, "Thank you for your thoughts, prayers, and support. We will need them now more than ever. We will always love you, Weston." I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
That's got to be devastating. That's just, that's terrible. All right, so that ended in a bad way there. Hold on one second. I do want to play. I think this is the one that Paula wanted me to play here. This happened in Massachusetts. There you go. Thank you, Josh. Where the lavender grows. Where lavender grows. So, I don't know. I'll keep an eye on that, though. I think it was an accidental type thing, but who knows? You never know. But I think this is the one that Paula wanted me to play here. This happened in Hopkinton Beach. I think this was down in Massachusetts too. This is kind of strange here. So how people can just get so heated for no freaking reason. Like a violent confrontation at a Hopkinton Beach is drawing widespread attention after graphic video disputing and escalating into an attack. This guy almost drowned this kid. Not kid, he's 21 years old. And I don't know how to interpret this, but this spiraled out of control for no reason.
You don't like it's time to go. Time to go. You live there and listen to you doing it all day long and see how you like it.
Whoop-de-doo, you bought a house on the lake. Deal with
Yeah,
it.
well, whoop-de-doo.
He does live there and he does listen to it. Like what?
I'm following the rules of the lake. I'm not
No, you're not. You're not following.
so bad, bro.
You didn't stop there one time. Believe me. Time to go. Just if you only stayed for a little while and did your thing, it's time to go.
Let me have fun on my jet ski.
No, go take it to another lake, someplace
I
else.
live on the lake.
Where do you live?
On Downey Street.
You don't. Go over to Downey. Go over there.
Bro, dude, get a job now.
Where do you live? What number not Downey you live on?
I'm not telling you where I live.
Well, I'll find out by your registration of your car.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
I will.
No, you won't actually.
I will.
Won't. I promise you, you won't.
Dude, I promise
Just
you.
get
I
out
will.
of here, bro. You're not gonna do. Like really? What are you
I'll
gonna
just
do?
call the police again. That's all.
Okay, are they gonna shoot me? Like, is that what they're gonna do?
You want me to shoot you?
All right, shoot me. Shoot me.
You're gonna beat up a cripple?
Bro, are you
I don't care. I'm about to come take purple. Come on. Come on, big boy. Come on, big boy.
What are you gonna do?
Come on,
Shoot
big
me?
boy. Come on, big boy. Do
What
it.
am I gonna do?
Come on, big boy.
You're the one coming up to me. So
Come on,
get
big boy.
the
Let's
fuck
do
outta
it.
here.
Come on. Use that big mouth of yours and do something about it. Yeah.
This is just incredible, like how this can get out of hand like this. Is this the one you wanted me to play, Paula? Is here and click on the draw. Absolutely. Mustang is amazing. Paula's amazing too. Everybody in this channel is amazing.
Come on, right now. Stop this. Stop. Hey, you don't look at me first and I have a broken leg. Back off. Back off. I'm calling the cops on you. Back off. I have a broken leg. I have a broken leg. Calm down.
You're gonna fucking
Stop this. Are you gonna stop? Stop this. What is wrong with you? Hey, I have a broken leg. Is he your friend? All right, get him away. Get him away. Get my phone. Get my phone. Hey. Come on over here. Come over here.
No.
Get my phone.
I mean, overfishing, right? Just crazy. You know, I kind of, you know, it's just, it's fucked up. This stuff here, you know.
Dude, I was hit you. I was saying get out of here. You're being a for no reason.
You're going anywhere, dude. Cops are coming. They know where to find me. What?
Hey, he injured a crippled person. You know that? Sue him.
That's a big jail time, bro.
And he's still lost. All right. No apology. I'm crippled. You're. He's.
So this happened in Massachusetts here at a little pond. These kids were fishing, and there's this posted signs and stuff like this, and this happens a lot around here. A lot of these places are private, so there's signs, and it's possible that these kids, I keep calling them kids, they're not kids, they're actually young adults, but we're fishing here, and this guy had an issue with it, and this almost ended up in a murder. I mean, if these other kids weren't there, this guy would have killed this kid. And there's his crutches right there. So it's crazy.
Together?
Yeah, I know.
And the other guy?
I don't know who they are.
I hope his eye never gets healed.
In a motorcycle accident, he broke almost every bone in his body.
I was dead 2 months ago, so I'm gonna sue him. I already have a lawyer, so he's gonna be hearing from it. All right.
Crazy, just absolutely freaking crazy. And he was released on bail too. So I'm gonna do this case next week too. So hold on 1 second here. I'm gonna play this really quick to put this in my memory. And then we'll do this case next week here because I just saw this just now. And then we got a couple more things and we're going to get the hell out of here. All right, very good. Okay, so that's that there. I do want to play this here. Hold on one second. Okay. People are just absolutely crazy. Have a good night, Paula. Thank you so much. Then Matt, I meant that was attempted. Absolutely. Know when to shut up. Yeah, for sure. It's crazy. You can see it every day. It's so weird. Just driving a car. Have a good night, Paula. We love you. Hope you have a good week. Thank you for sticking around for that. All right, let's play this here. Hold on one second. Paula's amazing. Paula's like, even if you're in the right, still there's a time. I agree 100%. I'm not in that video. I'm not typically on anybody's side on that. I just think that people get heated for no reason. Anyways, I mean, I'm sure there is a good reason, but all right. So remember how I said this about the last one we were on, where it doesn't take long for a kidnapping. A truck driver was on the road in South Carolina when he saw a woman in handcuffs running down the road looking for help. She had escaped out of a man's car. That man is now facing charges including kidnapping, and this happened a few days ago. So here's this. Absolutely crazy. She's lucky.
Sprinting down a South Carolina road.
Hey, we got a girl over here running for her life.
Watch the woman race toward this semi-truck with a swerving car right behind her.
Seemingly that car was trying to run that person over.
The truck's driver, Anthony Moore, telling me that he was driving Friday morning in Aiken County, South Carolina, when that woman suddenly emerged from the woods.
She ran up to my truck and said, "Please help me. He's trying to kidnap me."
You can see the man here, identified by investigators as 39-year-old Jonathan Willard. According to a sheriff's office report, the victim says Willard approached her while she was out on a walk, claiming to be with the police. He placed her in handcuffs, then into the rear of his car.
Unbelievable.
The victim says she believed him at first, but got suspicious when he kept asking the same questions. Eventually, Willard pulled over, according to the report, a remarkable escape, running to the road and to Moore.
Did you for even a split second think this was a legitimate law enforcement officer?
No, sir. His face looked dirty. He was smoking had a cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
Willard has since been arrested and charged with impersonating a law enforcement officer and with kidnapping after this disturbing scene caught on camera. Jesse Kirsch, NBC News.
All right. We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
Okay, so one more thing I got to do here, then we'll get out of here. Hold on one second here. I do want to play this here because this is close to home. And I think I got 2 of these, maybe just one. I thought I had more than that on this case here. Hold on one second. Let's go here to this one here. So this happened. If people are like, this is like I was saying earlier, people go to work every single day to do shit like this. And that woman there was just really lucky that somebody was at the right place at the right time to help her out. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Definitely SKR vibes for sure. Okay, we'll get out of here with this one here. I thought I had more on this. I wanted to play that one there too, the 1993, but I think we did some of that earlier last week. All right. Yeah, I think we're going to have to end it with this one here. Okay. So anyways, the latest local headlines on whether mobile app Okay, so this is the 1993 cold case arrest in Kittery, Maine. And I thought that I had more on this, but anyways, here we go. Maybe there will be. Hold on a second.
Unsolved murder in the town of Kittery. Maine State Police say they have arrested Daniel Jolly in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, early this morning, charging him with the murder of Maxine Batomsky. She was found dead in her home in Kittery in 1993. Police are not yet saying how she was killed, but they say Jolly knew her because he worked for a company that delivered oxygen equipment to Batomsky's home. Police say advances in DNA testing was one factor that allowed them to arrest him. They say he will remain in New Hampshire until he's extradited to Maine.
So let's see if I can. I think they spelt it wrong. That's why I couldn't find it. Hold on a second. Is that the one there? Hold on. I think that's it. I think that's what we're going to do, because I can't find the other one I had. And we can just follow that up next week, I guess. Daniel Jolly, 59, of Portsmouth, was arrested Thursday morning. That was last week. He's accused of killing Maxine Batomsky, 73. That's it. That's all we get on that. There's no other information, so I don't know what to tell you. Have a good night, buddy. Josh is awesome. He's got a great channel. It was right there. I think Mustang put it in the chat, or Paula, but awesome channel, awesome guy. Oh, you're welcome, Josh. Anytime. Great creator. And we're going to get out of here on that one there. And if there's any more information, I'll let you know. But other than that, we're going to get out of here. I just want to say thank you to everybody here. Sorry, my computer was bad tonight again. I don't know what the hell to tell you. Cindy Lean, thank you so much for coming in. You're awesome. FarQ, awesome too. Always good to see you guys here. You guys make the chat for sure. We have Mustang. Mustang is just amazing. She puts all of the great, her and Paula put all of the great channels in here. Josh the Posh, where Lavender Grows. Always good to see you here. Cindy Lean, I said that. Cindy Lean, thank you so much for coming. It's always good to see you. Big Fish was in here. It's good to see Big Fish again. Just Lean, thank you so much for coming in. Always good to see you here. You guys are awesome, literally. Jenny 8675309, thank you guys for coming in. We had Duncan Felonies was in here. Great channel too. Right there. I know that Mino Dino was in here. Our great Heather was in here. Heather's amazing too. Southern Gal was in here. I'm definitely gonna miss saying goodnight to people. Becky was in here. Thank you, Becky, so much. I know Tracy was in here. Tracy is amazing. Quad, we know her as Quad here, or Mimi. Let's see here. Hide her current. Let's see here. I know Lita Joe was in here. Carol was in here. There's Becky right there. Thank you. Nicole Watt. Nicole Watt is amazing. She's awesome. Thank you so much. And anybody that's dealing with any issues right now, I hope things get better for you. Critter Mama was in here. Critter Mama is awesome. Mino Dino was in here. Mino Dino's great. He probably bugged out of here a while ago. I'm sorry I didn't say goodnight. Let's see here. Let's see here. See here. I think that's it. That's what I'm going to end with there. If I missed anybody, I apologize. It's just I can't, you know the whole deal. I can't get all the way up to the top of the stream to say goodnight to everybody. Everybody on the replay, I really appreciate everybody's support here. You have no idea how much I do. You guys are so amazing. Coming here every weekend just to be here. It's great. It's awesome. If I missed anybody, I really apologize. But other than that, whatever you guys do, don't die. And we'll see you guys. Let me play my outro. We'll see you guys next week. I'm going to try to get better with this damn computer here. But I'm going to play my outro and I'm going to get out of here. So I'll see you guys later. Have a great week. Take care. Stay safe.